The NFL should introduce CFL pre-snap motion rules to allow receivers to take running starts. Not only would it open up the game, but it would inevitably take us one step closer to having a football savant come in with rugby-like plays that would change the game forever.
Okay, I like that.
Imagine a QB in shotgun with two backs plus tight ends and RBs on either side of him, able to run in either direction, go lateral. Madness.
Wait.
I can't imagine what he just said. I don't even understand.
Also, I think in the CFL you only can have one guy, right?
You can have one guy, and I think he gets like 5 yards.
You can't imagine it? You just can't imagine it?
No.
Have you ever watched a CFL game?
I'm trying.
On today's part of my take, we're in Lake Tahoe for Chill Week. And we have an awesome interview with David Wells coming. We interviewed him this morning. It was great. We're going to talk about Chill Week. We've got Hot Seat, Cool Throne. We're going to do the Mount Rushmore of worst places to have to shit or situations to shit.
Or situations you find yourself in that you have to take a poop.
Like Gwyneth Paltrow's house.
Diarrhea. Diarrhea is different.
Yes, that is true. And then we're going to do part in your take. Great show. It is Chill Week. We're also going to explain Chill Week because I did a bad job of that. We never really told anyone what we were actually doing
That was
with Chill
actually
Week.
Remarkably chill of you.
That was chill of me.
And it was unchill of a listener who complained.
Well, it wasn't a complaint. It was shout out FSU Brando. He was like, hey, what actually is Chill Week? And I was like, good point. Never fucking said it.
It's a fair point, but also if you're chill, then you know.
Yeah, that's true. Guess what? We're brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. No, the beautiful thing about being a sports fan, there's only like 2 days the whole year without a game. 2, with so much happening and so much action. That makes just about every day game day at DraftKings Sportsbook. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, and place your first bet. It really couldn't be any easier, any simpler. And if you're new to DraftKings, you got to check this out. New customers, bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part in My Take, presented by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. Today is Wednesday, July 10th, and welcome to Chill Week. I notice, what's up with your guys' hats?
Is that not chill?
Might want to turn it around if you want to be chill. Colin Coward would hate this week.
I don't know.
Come on.
We can't have 3 backwards.
Come on. Go. Do it.
What if I just...
That's chill.
Yeah.
Look at Hank cracking open a Coors Light. All right, so we're in Tahoe. We did a terrible job of explaining Chill Week. There's probably some AWLs who are like, does this mean Grit Week's gone? No. Grit Week is still coming first week of August. This is Chill Week, an idea that we've been tossing around for a few years in that we see this golf tournament that happens in Tahoe every single year. It's seems awesome, American Century Championship. And we're like, we should go out there and chill and interview some people. And finally this year, we got our ducks in a row and we're like, hey, let's go do it. So we're out here. Shout out the people from American Century Championship. They were accommodating. They have been accommodating. They're letting us do interviews at the clubhouse this week. And we're in Tahoe.
And videos.
We're in Tahoe. We're chilling. We went wakeboarding. Video will come out. We went frisbee golfing. Video will come out.
We're really good at both.
Yeah, and we're just having a chill week.
It is very chill. I like it out here. It's a very chill town. Lake Tahoe's great.
Amazing.
Hank is in love with it. It's one of the premier destination spots for vacations, as told by Hank Lockwood. It's a good place to get a bunch of interviews, too, because there's a bunch of really big-name players out here. And the good thing is, I think people are more ready to talk to you when they get off the golf course.
Yeah.
They're like ready to go.
Oh, I mean, David Wells was incredible today. He had
Yeah.
stories for days. But yeah, it's we're working a lot during chill week, but we love our job. Like I had a moment coming back from Frisbee golf today where I was like, today rocked. We just hung out with the boys all day. Went on a boat, did an interview, played some Frisbee golf. Vibes were high.
This is our phase me.
Yeah.
That's right. We're getting ready for camp.
We're just chilling out.
loving it.
Hank did say that like 2 hours into today. He was like, yeah, I think I like Lake Tahoe. It's like, oh, no shit, dude.
Yeah, it's really
it's
good.
where everyone goes in vacations. It's a beautiful, beautiful place.
It's really
get
good. Is there like a bigger discrepancy in terms of swank level for an airport that you have to fly into, like a city that you have to fly into to get to the destination that you end up at? Because you have to fly into Reno to get here.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that Reno is a fun town, but it's also like if you're laying low, if you're ducking some charges, Reno's a pretty good spot to go.
Reno 911.
Yes, but you have to fly in there to get to Lake Tahoe, so you get like a taste of grit when you land. And then the destination is really chill.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest discrepancy in terms of cities with that.
And we're just chilling. This is, we have a couple more days here, but if it's anything like today, sign me up for more.
I think that actually the boys behind the camera have a much chiller week than we do because they're in Margaritaville.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's the chillest place on earth. I'm a little upset I'm not in Margaritaville this week.
They are also.
They just shoot video while we were wakeboarding and playing Frisbee.
Yeah, they also, we're going to finish this podcast and they're going to work all night. And then we have an interview at 8 a.m. But yeah, they're chilling.
But Margaritaville.
If I could trade places with them, I would.
You know what? If I knew how to edit, I would edit for you guys today. That's how chill I am.
Same.
That is. Hey, so we should talk about whatever's going on in the sports world. You know what's not chill? Mike Gundy.
Mike Gundy had Mike Gundy. He double dipped into it today.
Yeah. So the story is Ollie Gordon, the incredible running back for Oklahoma State, got a DUI. Like a month ago or so. Mike Gundy was I was about to say, oh, it is Big 12 still. I got confused. Big 12 Media Day. Mike Gundy said, I looked it up on my phone, talking about Ollie Gordon's DUI. I looked it up on my phone. What would be the legal limit? 2 or 3 beers or 4? I'm not justifying what Ollie did. I'm telling you what decision I made. Well, I thought I've probably done that 1,000 times in my life.
Yeah.
He said that he has been over the legal limit of driving over 1,000 times in his life.
You know how old he is? This made me feel old because when I think of Mike Gundy, I still remember I'm a man, I'm 40. Mike Gundy's 56 now.
Yeah.
So I did the math, so that's 35 years, right? That means that...
35 years.
Since you're 21.
Okay, well...
38 years.
He's claimed to have over 1,000 DUIs.
Right, so...
He probably wasn't following the laws.
This would be like 32 times a year is what we're looking at. Mike Gundy driving drunk 32 times a year. It wouldn't shock me.
I was trying to figure out what exactly his point was, and he could have just said, hey, and DUIs are not a laughing matter. It's like, hey, he made a mistake. He knows he fucked up. We're gonna figure out a way to learn from this. Instead, he was just like, yeah, dude, he had 4 beers. I do that all the time.
Yeah, Mike Gundy was like, I think that the police need to quit being pussies. Like, come on, it was a .10. So yeah, he said he broke it down by weight to see how many beers that he had. And then my favorite part of this was he said, if there's any punishment, I'm probably going to just give him the ball 50 times in the first game.
Yeah, right.
That'll show him. I'm going to give him extra carries.
Yeah, Mike Gundy, I guess he's keeping the Big 12. Like, wouldn't have known Big 12 Media Day was happening today if it weren't for Mike Gundy. So credit to you for the Big 12 being relevant today. I don't think for the right reasons.
The commissioner also said he's not going to rest until the Big 12 is the best conference in the country.
Oh,
good luck.
So he's just never going to sleep.
He's never going to sleep.
Well, they've had some good runs, but losing Oklahoma and Texas does not help.
Yeah, best in the country.
Yeah, I think the new Big 12 is going to be very, very fun.
It's going to be fun for sure.
Yeah, and I'm also very excited because no one ever talks about, all the college realignment is always football centric, which I get because that's the main motivator. But like Arizona and Kansas playing Big 12 basketball is going to rule.
That is going to be good to
those
watch.
Those kind of things that you think about, and like BYU and UCF. I'm getting a nice rivalry going.
I need some reminders of who's joining the ACC this year.
Stanford and Cal.
That's right, yeah.
SMU. And I think I got all of them. I think I got all of them.
Yeah, that's gonna rock.
It is crazy looking at all like when they updated all the or not rankings, but like if you go on ESPN.com and you look for your conference, like I did that for the Big Ten and just seeing 18 teams, I was like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. Stanford and Duke, that's gonna be a good rivalry.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. The ACC, how many teams 17 total teams. So I must have missed some. I got to find a list of all these. We should just do this as a quick recap. 17 teams. That's insane. Yeah, I think Stanford, Cal, SMU. And then Big 12 is, if we went down the list real quick, I know UCF, BYU, Arizona State.
I forget who else joined the Big 12. I gotta be
Utah.
honest.
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of teams. So yeah, Mike Gundy, way to go, dude.
Yeah, DUI, no big deal.
1,000 times.
1,000 times in his life.
All right, what else we got?
I have an update for us.
Okay.
So remember Kevin Durant? There was some
Charlotte?
speculation
Yeah.
on what was going on with him. He's unhappy. Don't act like you're not interested in Charlotte the Stingray. That bitch is alive. Kevin Durant is unhappy and requests a trade.
But he did?
Well, I think he will.
Oh, he will.
I think Kevin Durant is unhappy.
We've been talking to some league sources.
Yeah, the league sources are saying Kevin Durant have confirmed he is unhappy in his current situation and would like to play somewhere else.
Please credit, pardon my take.
Pardon my take, according to the sources we talked to.
I also love the picture day. One, Mark Few is a coach on Team USA. Didn't realize that. So he's going to get a gold medal before he gets to a Final Four. And two, Kevin Durant standing in the back row. The height truthers are back. I don't even think it's a height truthing anymore. It's just Kevin Durant has always been 7 feet. He just doesn't want to say it.
Yeah. And then there was a picture of the French team too, and Rudy was in the background with Wemby, and he got on his tiptoes so he didn't look that much shorter than Wemby. Smart move by him.
Yeah, that is a very smart move.
Cooper Flag. I think
France,
Cooper
Spain.
Flag.
Oh yeah, in soccer. Yeah, but Cooper Flag is.
He might be a problem.
We were the first to say it.
It's
3
gonna-
years ago.
It's gonna piss me off so much watching him dominate at Duke.
Yeah, but they're not gonna. They still will like flame out.
He was like the
Tanking
best
this
player.
year is going to be off the charts.
Off the charts.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah. It's gonna rule, and the Pistons are gonna get the 5th pick.
Yep.
That's just gonna happen. But yeah, Cooper Flag, he was showing out against Team USA. That's got to be like the coolest moment ever, to be playing against all those guys and actually be like, I belong on this court.
You're hitting step backs over some of the best defensive players in the league.
Yeah.
I think he's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it right now. He's good.
Yeah. Spain, France played soccer.
You see that goal? Golazo.
16-year-old.
Yamal.
Yeah.
Yamal.
And I was
that.
talking soccer.
That's it. That's all. Oh, Messi scored.
Yeah, Canada lost.
Yeah, Spain beat Canada.
Spain beat Canada. Yeah, that's exactly what happened today in soccer.
Yep.
I wish we had. I actually would have liked to watch the Euros, but we were busy. But yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah, it was actually Spain, France. France got a goal, which was nice. So they advanced all the way. I think this is the quarterfinals.
This is
today?
semifinals.
Semifinals today. So they advanced all the way to the semis. They scored 1 goal, and I believe it was in the run of play today. All their other goals were either own goals or PKs.
Yeah, they had 0 open goal. They had 0 open goals for the entire tournament until today.
We got to get their coach.
Yeah, they just grit and grind.
Yeah, just grit out. They're like Iowa football of football.
Yeah, just never even try to score. Just get to PKs or get tripped in the box.
Yep.
And I was talking soccer. All right, anything else going on in the sports world that we need to be aware of before we get to everything else we got?
I think that's pretty much it.
Let's just look.
I think that's sports for the day.
Oh, I have a headline I could read for us. You guys want me to read a headline real quick?
I
Yep.
have one for my hot seat cool throwing, but I don't know if I want to burn it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Oh, sports. Okay. Let's read a headline. Man uses funnel to pour margarita down woman's butt. Restaurant outraged.
Why are they outraged?
I think some people were outraged. The restaurant, Rodeo Mexican Restaurant, had to issue a letter. That's bad news when you have to issue a letter as a restaurant. I didn't even know they like that. When have you ever seen a restaurant be like, here's a letter that we're informing everyone
Were
of?
people complaining to the restaurant because somebody butt funneled a margarita?
Yes.
That's not on the restaurant.
Well, there was video of it. I guess I don't know, maybe the vibes, but as Chill Week, like we should you could butt funnel anywhere.
You could charge double.
Yeah. The Rodeo Mexican restaurant said, "Dear valued customers, we recently became aware of an inappropriate incident that took place in our restaurant. We want to make it clear that such behavior is completely unacceptable and does not reflect our values or mission to provide a family-friendly, you're a restaurant, family-friendly dining experience. We are taking this matter very seriously and are conducting a thorough investigation in collaboration with the authorities. Any employees found to be involved will face appropriate action. We're committed to maintain the highest standards and ensuring a safe and enjoyable environment for all our guests. Thank you for understanding and continued support. Sincerely, Rodeo Mexican Restaurant." That's what you're a restaurant.
Yeah, and also that's putting an unreasonable expectation on your server. Once the drink is served, do you then have to sit at the table to make sure they don't butt funnel it?
Yeah, I don't know. I did say Rodeo. It's Rodeo, probably. I was just thinking of Rodeo Drive.
Rodeo would be classier.
Rodeo, they should rebrand as Rodeo.
Yeah, if it's rodeo, then you go in there expecting to see some buttholes.
As I was reading it, I was like, this is definitely Rodeo. Why am I saying it like this? Yeah, there's people were complaining. This woman said, "I've enjoyed dining in your restaurant for many years, celebrated many birthdays there, enjoyed your margaritas." The one that went up the butt. "I am far from a prude." That's a classic prude thing to say.
Yeah, no one has ever said that wasn't a prude.
"But I have never been more disgusted in my life by the video of those people acting like animals in your restaurant." I strongly disagree
Sounds
with
like she
that.
wants to try some butt
Also, let me see, could a dog butt funnel?
I've watched
No.
a lot of Nat Geo. I've never seen an animal butt funnel a margarita.
Could a gorilla butt funnel? Could a fucking tiger butt funnel? They don't have the thumbs.
No.
Or they don't have funnels. Yes, I've seen the video and I know the name of the server in said video. I've also watched the quality of food and service decline over the years. That feels
COVID.
fake. That feels like you're piling on.
Sounds like she
Supply
was
chain.
waiting for an excuse.
Yeah, with this incident being the final straw, I'll be taking my business elsewhere.
The final straw actually went into that lady's butthole.
Yeah, that was it. That was literally
That's the final straw.
Yeah. And then one person, or Kate, our coworker, good friend Kate, left a review saying, "This place rules, and I hope they don't let any drama bring them down, and I vow to get there someday to enjoy many margs with my mouth."
I also like that the restaurant was like, "We will be conducting a very thorough investigation," just like watching the security camera on replay.
Our standards.
Yeah.
We expect higher standards than butt funnels.
There's going to be like, you know how on a menu it has that asterisk and it says, "Warning, consuming undercooked poultry or raw seafood may lead to salmonella."
Yeah.
Just on the drink menu, have an asterisk be like, "Not to be inserted rectally." And then you're covered. What else can you do?
Just an X over any funnels going into butts.
Or you could just become the butt funnel friendly restaurant.
Yeah. That would probably do well.
We turned a blind eye to the brown eye.
Our guy Dana Beers has admitted to boofing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Right up the pooper?
Yeah, he boofed. He did it.
I think that's a bridge too far.
All right, I'm looking right now. Yeah, there's not many other headlines or anything going on. Tyler Glasnow got hurt. That's not even news. He gets hurt every year.
I think Brandon Ayuk wants to leave the 49ers.
Oh, what would give you that idea?
The fact that he keeps talking about wanting to leave the 49ers.
That probably would be spot on.
Yeah, he posted a screenshot of him watching Commanders film, which concerns me a little bit because it's like, how did he get that film? Probably from Jaden Daniels, or just he had a drone that flew over practice. But it seems like he wants to leave. I would accept Brandon Ayuk on the Commanders.
Yeah.
I think he's a good player.
Did you see RG3? He was like, "Hey, this is a safe space. All Commanders fans, do you want to bring back the old logo?"
Really?
Well, they brought back the yellow pants.
Yeah, the yellow pants is a big deal.
Got it.
Big deal for people in DC. We don't have a lot to really celebrate.
Yellow pants.
In the last 14 years.
That's huge. That's banner worthy.
No, I saw the yellow pants and I was like, okay, we had 2 seasons where we were pretty good.
Yeah, that's huge. You got to have the yellow pants.
You can pee in yellow pants. No one will ever know.
That's a fact. Okay. Should we do Hot Seat Cool Throne?
Yeah.
All right, let's do Hot Seat Cool Throne. It is brought to you by our friends at Coors Light. We are sponsored by Coors Light all the time, but especially Chill Week. Chill Week is presented by Coors Light. Before all the hustle of football season, we're heading out west. We're here right now for our first ever Chill Week. With the help of Coors Light, we'll be hosting interviews with fellow golf lovers in town, enjoying the summer fun the Tahoe has to offer, and most of all, choosing chill with Coors Light all week long. We were choosing chill earlier today. We're going to be grilling and chilling later with some Coors Light. So when the mountains turn blue, it's as cold as the Rockies. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. Tune in for our adventures at Chill Week, and don't forget to choose chill and reach for a Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, the best beer out there. It is Coors Light. It is the chillest beer. It's the coldest beer. There's no better beer than when you're coming off 18 holes of Frisbee golf or getting off a boat. It's the best. You just have a nice cold Coors Light. Getting off the golf course, Coors Light. That's where it is. So thank you to Coors Light. All right, Hank, hot seat, cool Toronto.
We also, hot seat, anyone that hasn't seen the new shirts, wearing, mountains are blue. They got the mountains on them. Wearing that shirt on the boat, on the lake with the mountains in the background.
So sick.
Just felt right.
Yes.
Some of our best shirts we've ever made.
Make sure I didn't get my computer in that shot.
My other hot seat is Joe Biden.
Oh, why? He seemed fine.
Trump made $1 million wager in an 18-hole golf match, and he's going to give him 20 strokes.
Whoa.
So Trump already won that exchange.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, if Joe Biden doesn't accept hot seat,
no,
if he
but
does
like,
accept, he's going to get smoked.
Like, no, but 20 strokes. If you accept the 20 stroke, like, I don't care who it is. If anybody offered me 20 strokes and then I lost, like, even if I beat him by the technicality of only losing by 18 strokes, I'm still the loser.
No, you got to beat him straight up
with
the 20 strokes and be like, throw those 20 strokes in the trash.
Yeah, so by even offering this to Biden, Trump already won.
The way that Biden could win back is if he says, I'll do it, but it's got to be Frisbee golf.
That'd be pretty chill.
Two guys just banging chains together.
I think they would die if they had to play Frisbee golf.
Definitely.
You know what we should do? We should actually demand that they both do it, that they both have to carry their bags, but it's 4 rounds. It's like a full 4-round tournament, and then hope that they just both die on the course.
That would be over or under 1.5 broken hips.
Yeah.
I'd hammer the
Like,
over.
no medics.
Yeah.
Just the two of them out on the course.
Yep.
And then they both die, and then we're good.
No, don't give them the rules.
Yeah. Then we don't have
Fucking let them bang some chains.
back to the drawing board. Then we're good.
Yeah, that's tough. The 20 strokes, because you can't. Yeah, if you play that and you lose by 10, then Trump's just gonna be like, I won.
Yeah, that was the best part of the debate, though, where they were just talking about their golf game. When
It's the most relatable.
They asked him
either of them, Ben.
They asked him a question about like childcare. What are you going to do about childcare costs? And then it just evolved into, well, I'm a 6 handicap. I'm an 8 handicap.
I beat your ass on the golf course.
Beat your ass. All right, Jack.
Play tomorrow. All right, good hot seat.
Speaking of golf, my cool throw is Keegan Bradley.
Yes.
Ryder Cup snub. The Netflix, I only watched it recently, but the Netflix Full Swing documentary showing the details of how hard he got snubbed and the boys club, Zach Johnson, Spieth, and Justin Thomas was crazy. I felt super bad for Keegan. And then today he got named captain. He said he had no idea that was even a possibility until he got the call being like, hey, you're going to be captain of the Ryder Cup. Which is crazy.
It
but
does,
awesome for Keegan.
Yeah, it does feel like a make good, but he's a great dude, and he's going to be a good captain. I just want him to be as petty as possible and, like, maybe even call Zach Johnson and be like, hey, you've made the Ryder Cup team. We need you on the team. And then him be like, really? That's awesome. Like, psych.
He said Zach Johnson was the one that told him.
Oh, that kind of...
yeah.
He needs to, like, invite Zach Johnson and then take away his invite.
He should say, Zach, I'd like you to be on the Ryder Cup team as a caddy.
Yeah.
What do you
Actually,
say?
you'd probably suck at that too.
Yeah. He also
You
said,
want to valet our cars?
I think Keegan said that he was going to take any golfer. Like, it doesn't matter if you're on the PGA Tour, Live Tour, doors open for everyone.
Hank.
Yeah, Hank could even do
Hank
it.
is eligible for the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phil
There you go,
Mickelson, Bryson.
Phil Mickelson,
Brooks.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let off with Phil with that list, huh?
That Phil on the Ryder Cup would be the funniest. Like,
Yes.
he's obviously super
Greg
old
Norman.
now, but
Yeah, get all the guys, all the great Americans back.
Yeah.
Ian Poulter.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Cool. Tron.
thanks.
PFT.
Good job. My hot seat is us.
Yeah. It's chill week, dude.
Yeah, we're chill.
We're fucking chill.
You know what? That was a chill, cool throne.
Yeah.
My hot seat is us.
Give me a little. Uh-oh.
We got competition, boys.
Oh,
we did
yeah.
a bad job. We didn't talk about this when we got back from our little vacay, but there's a new podcast in town.
Yeah.
And it sounds fucking amazing.
JOC was the one who alerted us.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he sends a text like, watch out, guys. You know what? I'll say the podcast first. but JOC's banned from it.
Yeah, JOC, and also shout out Jerry O'Connell because he literally, I think he just polices the internet for us. Because he texted me in PFT being like, watch out.
Watch out,
Watch
guys.
your six.
You're in trouble. So Adam Schefter tweeted this out on July 3rd. California Governor Gavin Newsom, Super Bowl champion Marshawn Lynch, and agent Doug Hendrickson are joining forces for a new weekly podcast called Politickin' that will be available on iHeart Podcasts. Newsom and Hendrickson have been friends since the 90s. Hendrickson has represented Lynch since 2007. They have been working on this podcast for the past 6 months. We're fucked.
Well, so, all right. So I don't think we're fucked for the reason you're saying. I think this is like The Big Short. No big deal. I read the book before the movie came out. Book was better. When they go down to Florida and they see like a stripper who has 7 houses. Marshawn Lynch, Gavin Newsom, and Doug
Doug Hendrickson
having a podcast together is the very sign that the podcast bubble is about to burst.
But you forget that Newsom and Hendrickson have been friends since the 90s.
Oh, shit.
And Hendrickson has represented Lynch since 2007. You also forget that they've been working on this podcast for the past 6 months. You know, a podcast
I'd love
is going
to see
be
that group text.
It's going to be a fucking banger of a podcast when you spend 6 months working on it.
I challenge them. We're about to do the Mount Rushmore of worst situations to shit. I challenge them to do a better Mount Rushmore of worst situations to shit.
Yeah, you can't.
Do it.
The French Laundry. That'd be a bad place. That'd be a bad place to take a shit.
That would be a bad place. Yeah, this is okay. I think it's hot seat podcasting in general.
So whenever you hear somebody planning out a podcast, a good rule of thumb would be that it's like a sandwich. So if you've been working on a sandwich for 6 months, it's probably going to suck ass because it's been sitting out for a while. They've just been like going back and here's what working.
We did all their best stuff already.
Yeah. Here's what working on a podcast for 6 months sounds like. 6 months ago, you say, hey, we should start a podcast.
Yeah.
And then like a week later, we should really do that podcast. And then the next week, I've been thinking about, we should definitely do that podcast.
Yeah.
And then you finally sit down.
I'm sure it'll last past election season too. This isn't just like a short-term thing.
Politicking is not just for election season, Hank. Politicking is life.
Yeah. Every day you politicking. Every day I'm politicking.
Just a Marshawn Lynch podcast would be infinitely better than this.
Yes. I think this podcast we worked on for all of one dinner.
Yeah, there was a dinner.
We went to one dinner before the first test episode.
No, we did a test episode remotely, I think, one time.
No, we did one in your house in Austin.
Yeah.
That was the first episode.
That was the first episode.
Yeah, and all we did was a dinner before.
No, but I think there was a test episode that was like...
I don't think so.
Yeah, that was like 2 weeks before that. I remember I was in a hotel room in Houston. It was like maybe a 15-minute test.
Oh, okay. So there it is.
Yeah.
We did an hour and 15 minutes.
But we did... Actually, me and Big Cat did text back and forth for like a couple years being like, at some point we should work together.
Yeah.
So really part of my take started in like 2014.
We were working on it for 2 years.
Yeah. But we're fucked.
Yeah.
Jerry O'Connell, you're banned from going on politicking.
Yeah, he would never. He would never.
My cool throne is Dak's ankle.
Ooh.
You see, Dak Prescott was wearing a walking boot on a boat when he was on vacation.
Uh-oh.
And they asked Dak about it, and he said it's absolutely nothing. So he said he hurt his ankle.
Disclosed.
He hurt his ankle like, 3 years ago? And he's saying that he's just wearing the walking boot as a precaution on a boat. I don't know much about walking boots besides Big Ben, but I don't think that you just wear one because you're going on a boat. That seems like maybe the worst place to wear one, actually.
Okay. Since we are a big Dak Prescott podcast, we had him ranked in our top 18 of quarterbacks a month ago. Spin zone. Maybe Dak Prescott is wearing the walking boot because in the past he has gone on vacations and got his ass beat. So if he puts on the walking boot, it's kind of a like, hey, I'm not here to fight guy.
Yeah, you're not going to hit a guy who's handicapped.
Right, in a walking boot. So yeah, it's a precautionary. Don't want to get my ass beat like I did on spring break at South Padre Island.
That's not a bad spin zone for it.
Yeah.
I just feel like if you're wearing it you're not even allowed to wear shoes on a boat. But I guess if it's medical shoes, you can do that.
You can wear shoes on a boat.
Yeah.
Who says you're not allowed to wear shoes? I mean, the boat owner might.
I'm thinking back. Yeah, I've only like rented or been on friends' boats.
Yeah. No, you can wear shoes on a boat. If it's your boat, you can wear shoes on it.
A walking boot.
Hey, your boat.
Walking boot seems like it really get in the way of things.
I actually take his shoes off.
You do take shoes off?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think people mostly don't, but you can.
Like it depends on the boat.
Not legal.
I think if it's like
if you own the boat outright,
I'd fucking stomp my shoes everywhere.
A pontoon boat shoes.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
Living room on water.
Yeah, but if it's like a smaller boat, I don't know. I'm not a boat person.
We gotta get a boat guy, Hank. You gotta get out on the boat.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's fine. Absolutely nothing, you said.
my hot seat is actually Hank. Because we went this morning to get breakfast. And I did my customary. We went and got bagels. Great bagels. We're gonna go back. I'll go back tomorrow and get it for everyone. I got my customary backup bagel. So I ordered my regular bagel and a backup bagel.
Regular bagel was a bacon, egg, and cheese. Let's
Right.
just put that on the record.
Right. And what? Yeah. Great order. And my backup bagel was an everything bagel with cream cheese. And Hank scoffed at me. So I then tweeted it and everyone backed me up. I was like universal praise because here's a hard and fast rule.
Followers.
1.5 bagels is usually the perfect amount. I usually eat all 2, but 1.5 is the perfect amount. One bagel is never fully satisfying. A backup bagel is the most important.
What about bacon, egg, and cheese?
Great. You need to finish it off with something. I finished it off with the backup bagel.
You invented
Why didn't you get a backup
You invented
bacon, egg, and
breakfast
cheese?
dessert. So is the backup bagel always like a sweeter one?
It doesn't always have to be. If I think it's going to be an awesome bacon egg, like there's a place I get a bacon, egg, and cheese from in Chicago that one does not fill me up. 1.5 usually does.
But would you ever get like the cream cheese one as your first one,
actually
your
got 3
primary,
bagels.
and then have the bacon, egg, and cheese after that?
Yeah,
You always have-
I usually
you gotta
like to
lead off the
lead with
breakfast
the
sandwich,
bacon,
yeah.
egg, and cheese. Yeah, but I'll sometimes do, if I'm not in the mood for bacon, egg, and cheese, I'll just do 2. I'll do a bagel with cream cheese and a backup bagel with cream cheese.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's Max had my Max actually was like, can I get a whack of one of these? I was like, buddy, I got a backup bagel just for this spot.
Do you get backup bagels, Max? Does anyone here get backup bagels?
Max does. He said he does.
I've never done it, but I think a good rule of thumb is just like when you're on vacation or when you're on a trip somewhere,
mentions do.
you never know when you're going to eat next.
Yeah, you're being a hater, Hank.
Oh,
and
you
it's
said I'm
chill
on the hot
week.
seat. You put
this
me on the
on?
hot seat.
Is that on?
It depends where like New York City bagels. No, like New York City bagels are
What about
massive.
New York City bagels with bacon, egg, and cheese? And
But like if you're in other parts of the country where the bagels are a lot smaller, then yes, I agree.
I get backup bagels everywhere.
New York, I do not. The New York bagels are very big and fit.
I actually went one further. I went trust tree with Max because I was like, I had just given this guy half of my backup bagel, and I was like, sometimes I'll do backup sandwiches, and he was like, that's a little crazy, but yeah, we agreed. You do like
if you want to get 2.
Yeah, you go like if you don't want to if you want to try 2 different things, I'll get like a buffalo chicken sandwich and a cheesesteak. And then
But you get the
sandwich.
small-
Jimmy John's, I always get a backup sandwich
But you got to get the small ones.
because you can put that in the fridge.
I don't understand what the issue is of getting too much breakfast.
Yeah, it's a back.
I don't have an issue at all.
What happens if your fucking starter gets hurt? You got a backup. You just don't plan.
It's different positions.
The thing,
They're both breakfast.
it's
Bacon, egg,
what's
and
so
cheese is different than,
infuriating about Hank is
Those are
like
different quarterback types.
No.
One's maybe a more classic, like 6'5" rocket arm, bacon, egg, and cheese. The other might be a little like elusive, probably can't throw it downfield, bagel with cream cheese.
I think a better analogy would be like a running back duo because you can't start.
Yeah.
You can't have 2 quarterbacks as
Thunder
a
and
platoon, but
lightning.
you got thunder and lightning.
yeah. I got a
the
little
smash and
Darren
dash.
Sproles to finish off my
You got the Michael Turner.
Brandon Jacobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
that's
listen, I'm not. You're never gonna catch me complaining about getting breakfast with Big Cat. There's nothing I love more.
it's what's so infuriating about breakfast with Hank is if there's too much breakfast, he'll complain.
Yeah.
If there's not enough breakfast, he'll complain.
What are you talking?
Backup bagel is,
that's
is
just
something
insane.
everyone
Like
should
that-
embrace
That
in
is
life.
objectively
You've never
insane.
complained about having not enough breakfast.
Only when we just drive for 12 hours straight and don't get breakfast.
There's
at any
just no
point.
way when you eat one bagel, you're like, I'm full and satisfied.
Wait,
I
wait,
couldn't
wait.
use another half a bagel right
Also,
now.
Hank, let fact check real quick. I give you all the Pinocchios. We just left a fucking hotel room in the morning. We didn't drive for 12 hours straight. We slept in a hotel. We got out of the hotel. We went to
went
the
and got
bus.
breakfast.
And then Hank was like, why didn't we get enough? No, this is on.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
on Grit
that's
Week.
true. Yeah, yeah.
We had slept overnight in a hotel. Then we get up in the morning. We go to the bus. And then you complain about not enough breakfast.
Yeah. We actually had a
12-hour
very
bus
funny moment when we checked in last night at like midnight. We should do an interview series with guys who work overnight shifts at hotels because they're always a little different in like a good way. But this guy was a little different in a good way. And we were like debating. We're like, hey, do you guys have breakfast here? They're like, no. And at first we're like, everyone's responsible for their own breakfast. And we're like, we agree. And then we told the guy behind the desk, we're like, hey, you're a witness. You hear this? He's saying that he's responsible for his own breakfast. The guy was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then we're like, do you have breakfast here? He's like, no. It's like, all right, change that. You're not a witness for that anymore. We're going to get breakfast together.
Yeah, that guy had a look when we came in and we started talking, and he was like, I usually don't deal with people who are talking.
I will get breakfast for us tomorrow. Okay? Because we have an 8 a.m. interview, and you're going to be a baby about it. That's a fact. He's going to be a baby about it. And I'll get you a backup bagel, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, my cool throne is the Twitter account, The Hater Central, NBA Hater. I don't know if this one made me laugh. So if you guys aren't familiar with NBA Hater, he's very clear on what he is. He's an NBA hater. Some of his tweets, this is just from like the last 2 days. He said, Rob Pelinka this offseason, 0 new signings, 143 mewing sessions. I think that's when you get jerked off on a table.
With a cat?
Yeah, I think
Mewing is when you like put your tongue on the top of your roof of your mouth.
what's mewing?
Leaking?
That's mewing?
I think mewing is.
What's when you get milked in a table?
I need to mew more.
Oh, okay.
I think mewing is complaining.
74 rejections, held hostage by Rich Paul and LeBron, 0 working phones, reportedly interested in signing point guard, shooting guard Savannah James. So these are the type of when Dalton Connect and Bronny James debut, 10 points, 4 for 19 field goals, 1 for 6 3-pointers. The ass connection is what he's calling them. Like he and Franz Wagner, who we love, signed a $24 million contract extension. Wow. Yeah, which is nuts. And he said, never forget his Illuminati Astor class. So this is the type of tweets you're getting from him. So you see this guy, he goes after everyone, and he does this all the time. And you're like, this guy, I don't know what his deal is. He had a tweet yesterday. He said, started this account in the 10th grade.
Oh,
Not thinking much of it. Now I'm going to college in a month with 105K followers. The support has been unreal. Thanks to every single person who's ever interacted with any of the tweets. I hope I can give you a laugh whenever you need one. So the NBA Hater Central was like 15 years old when he started this account.
what were the replies to that like from the long-term followers? They're like,
People are like, yeah, bro.
great
we love
job,
it."
bro.
Keep killing it.
Love supporting you. It's been amazing to join you on this ride.
He called the Warriors have added depth this offseason. Buddy Hield and Kyle Anderson, 32 huge teeth, 1 receding hairline, building the no aura Avengers.
I got to see what this guy looks like. I got to see a face reveal from
He's
this
probably
account.
hideous. Oh man, but shout out him. I mean, that's dedication. Mm-hmm. Starting the Hater Central early.
Yeah, I started following that other account that we talked about, Hater Report.
Yeah.
Now I got to start following Hater Central.
He's got a soccer one too.
Does he really?
Yeah,
He's got like a whole network.
Yeah, he's building out an empire.
A nation of haters.
The
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Hater net. Yeah.
It's kind of respectable, and he's only 18 years old. He's starting college. Hopefully, we'll see. Once he gets to college, he might be partying, meeting girls. The hate might,
It might get soft.
it might get soft. He said Mbappe washed at 26.
Love that. Yeah, love that. I also want to know if this guy's taking like intern applications to open up other branches of hating.
Yeah, getting the hate going. Okay, that was good. Hot seat, cool throne. Let's do Mount Rushmore, then we'll get to David Wells. Ready, boys?
Let's do it.
Mount Rushmore of worst situations to have to shit.
Yep.
Who is up first?
So that would be Henry.
Henry.
Then Max, then me,
FT, then me.
Big Cat.
Yes.
So it's Mount Rushmore of situations that are worse when you have to shit, right?
Mount Rushmore of situations that are bad to shit in.
Yeah. 1-1.
Okay.
1-1 during foreplay.
Oh.
Foreplay.
Whoa.
Big foreplay guy?
It's getting started.
Wait,
things are
What, wouldn't have,
Yeah, which part?
during sex wouldn't be worse?
No,
No, because you're not even going to get to sex. Like you start making out with a girl, things are.
But if you're like mid
advancing.
thrust and you're like, I got to shit, that seems like really bad.
But if you don't, maybe you're mid. Maybe you entered the goal zone. But like this you don't even get there. You're gonna have to go, take a shit, and that's
Okay.
just gonna ruin the vibe.
okay.
Is foreplay is like making out,
Everything, yeah, stuff
Petting.
leading up to sex.
Okay.
getting a butt funnel in
Yep.
a Mexican restaurant.
Yep. Okay.
That would actually be a very bad place to have to shit.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I didn't have it on my list.
Foreplay.
What kind of foreplay are you into?
I'm just regular stuff. I
Are you
mean,
talking about the pod? When
I have
you're
a
talking-
story.
or a Frankie
I have,
guy?
I know,
When you're talking to
I have a
Lurch.
story, but I don't know if I want to say it. Maybe we'll cut it. But this happened. Not foreplay,
Oh,
but I was like first or second date with a girl. We were walking back to her place, and my stomach dropped.
oh,
And I was praying that she had like a lobby with a bathroom in it.
yeah.
Did not. Had to walk up like 4 flights of stairs
And shit.
and shit.
And then you got to do the fast one.
I couldn't
where you just
either.
flush instantly,
a
and then you're
full
like-
it was a disaster. Apartment was small. She could probably hear it.
You
I
find
had to
it
be in
any-
there for like 10 minutes.
Did you put the sink on?
No, it was
Act like you're really washing your
Yeah,
hands.
and then you'll just spray anything you can
yep,
find.
yep,
For instance,
yeah.
Lysol, fucking bleach. Like I'll spray cologne, hairspray, anything. Just get the air going.
Hank doesn't have a match, so he just takes out a joint and lights it in there.
disaster. But yeah,
Did you still close?
we're just talk about that.
Oh damn! Done in by a shit. So this seemed very personal. Okay, Max, you're up.
I'm gonna say on a plane.
Yeah,
Plane, yeah, that's a good.
great
one.
pick. Great pick.
Yep.
On a plane sucks.
Yeah, but there's a bathroom.
I don't even think I would
Oh,
physically
it
be
sucks.
able to
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
No,
Like, I don't
there's
think I would
two-
fit in a bathroom.
Maybe,
made
maybe
them
just start
smaller.
doing the single bagels and that would change.
I didn't even.
That was so unchill of you.
Hank,
That
that
was
was
so unchill of you,
Hank's
bro.
just
That was-
holding
That
on to
was
that.
so
my fight.
unchill. You know what? Not getting you breakfast tomorrow. Officially.
Okay, fine.
All right.
That was
Everyone
crazy.
else, bagels.
Max, you said that you don't think that you could fit in an airplane bathroom. You don't pee on an airplane?
No, but like sitting is a different situation.
It is. Max is right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to back him up
Yeah.
here. It's a tight squeeze.
And also, I was
Bathroom on
I was
the
also
plane.
looking
if you
at
have to
this-
shit, you can go to a bathroom.
You don't want to shit on a
but
plane.
you don't want to be the guy who shits on a plane, like on the
What, 'cause
plane.
you're going to see these people again in your life?
Well, sometimes it might be a reporter.
Yeah, sometimes there might be a reporter.
yeah, that's true. There's reporters everywhere. All right, PFT.
Okay, I'm going to go with my first one during sex.
Oh, during sex.
During sex, as you're having sex, in the middle of sex, when you're, doing the act, and you have to shit. What do?
Yeah.
You have to stop, then you go to the bathroom,
Maybe she's into it.
and then you have to shit, and then you're like, well, now we have to start foreplay again.
Yep.
And then if you had to shit during foreplay, that would make it definitely worse. But I think having to shit during sex is bad.
Yeah. During sex would suck. Okay, good pick.
Thank you.
All right, I'll go with.
Wait, yes. Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's
Hank's
me.
mad.
We're out of order. No,
Hank's,
we're out of
Hank's
order.
trying to
We're out of
correct
He's
everyone.
mad about the backup bagel.
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
Mad about the
Has
wakeboarding.
been just insane.
You
all
can't even
day.
exist.
Put me on the hot seat.
Okay, I'll go with.
I'm gonna
my
fire back. Don't put me on the hot seat.
My 1-1. Significant other's parents' house.
Yeah.
Is the
Yep.
worst because even if it's a house where you can maybe find the bathroom that no one goes to, there's still always in the back of your mind like Max and I I think you guys would relate, but Max and I especially. A road toilet, you just don't know. Like it's like playing on a 12-foot hoop. You don't know the dimensions of it. You don't know what the flushing is going to be like. You don't know if it's a bad flush, easy flush, anything. A road toilet is the scariest thing in the world. The toilet paper may be extra thick, all that stuff.
You don't know if the bathroom is going to have the fan as one of the
oh,
switches.
so many variables.
You're just hitting every switch, hoping one of them turns. And then when you walk back in, then your significant other is like, "Where were you?"
Right.
And then everyone else hears her ask
Oh,
that, and then
shit.
you're like, "I had to take a phone call in the bathroom."
Or you run the risk of like mother-in-law or sister, cousin, someone standing outside and being like, "Oh." Like when you open the door after a big shit at someone else's house and there's someone waiting
Right there, yeah.
and you're like, God damn it.
Is there anything worse than being in that situation? You're taking a shit, and then someone tries to open the door, and you hear the click, and you have to say, "Someone's in here."
Yeah, someone's in here.
And
Hey,
you know that voice.
Yeah,
You,
hey.
you try to do a different voice, so they
Yep.
might think it's a different family member.
Yep, the worst. And then my other big one is right after you get out of the shower. That's the worst because you don't go back in the shower usually, and you could do a good job wipe, but it's just a different vibe for your whole day.
Yep.
There's a vibe of shitting right before the shower, and there's a vibe of shitting right after the shower. Your day is basically ruined by that moment.
Yep.
And it's like I don't. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's like that was just the biggest mistake. Okay, Max.
No.
I think it's me.
PFT. Sorry.
Wrapping back around.
After sex.
I'm going to go. No, after sex is great shit.
During anal.
Check your phone. You can take it, Hank. If I were you, I would take it.
When you're getting anal?
Just seeing what PFT is gonna,
I'm gonna go with just at a bar. At a bar when you're out for the night, you're out with the lads.
It depends on the bathroom bar situation.
Definitely.
Like if I have taken many a shit at a bar if they have the private stall.
Yeah, dive bar is the worst. When you walk in, you're like, all right, there's the worst is like a bar that has the like the barriers are so small that like if you stand up, you can see everyone and everyone can look over. And that's the worst.
If there's like one urinal and one stall and there's so much turnover of people using that urinal, but you're just using that stall to shit, is terrible.
I've told this story before, but one of the funniest things ever was the bar Duffy's in Chicago, and they had for a while there. I don't know if they fixed it, but it was like 7 urinals and then a toilet, but no barrier.
Yeah, there was
one time I was there watching college football, and it was full, and a dude just sat down and started taking a shit, and everyone cheered. And it was like, "Fuck yes, dude!"
I thought you said that was like a fantasy football punish or
no.
That would be a great.
That would be a great punishment.
Like you have to go to a bar.
Yeah, and shit.
And shit.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a bar in Austin called Nasty's I used to go to where the entire bathroom was just one toilet in the middle of the room, like a sit down toilet. And nobody ever took a shit there ever. One time I walked in, there was just a guy standing. He's like ready to go, like pants down.
Gotta go.
Right, gotta turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah, shitting in a bar, because then you also get that embarrassment factor of walking back and people are like, dude, were you just shitting?
You just gotta rub your nose.
Yeah, and in that moment you have to act like you never shit. Yeah. No, dude.
Yeah.
I would never shit.
All right, Max.
I guess I have a theme going here, but I'm just gonna go with on a boat.
That's a good pick.
That's a great one.
I did
I
plane
did too.
first and boat next, but it's like there's
boat's made way better than a plane because there's no bathroom on there. Well, aquadom, but
that was the reason I didn't do it, because there are probably people who like to aquadom.
Yes.
There
I don't mind it.
There are bathrooms on planes
that's what I'm saying.
and on boats too.
Not always.
No, but those boat bathrooms are bad.
Yeah,
that's basically.
I'm agreeing with Max. That's why.
Yeah.
Even if there's a bathroom,
I don't like I don't like shitting in small.
Even if there's a
spaces.
bathroom on a boat, it's one of the ones that you have to like press the pedal on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's like that stink just is gonna stay for a while. Okay.
I'm gonna go at a sporting event, at a sold out sporting event,
At a stadium.
Definitely.
a bar, and again, much smaller, much less people, probably a line, but still not bad. But a sporting event when you like. I'm thinking of all my situations when it's like diarrhea. Like you can't wait. Like your stomach drops and you have to go, and no matter what, you have to wait for probably 20 or 30 people, and then you have to just unload with everyone inside.
And when you get into that bathroom to take the shit, the
All the
toilet
bathrooms
is
are
always
destroyed,
a war zone.
Yep. Yeah, you go through all of them and you're just like, fuck, this is gonna be. You just know any high traffic situation, you're like, this sucks. And bonus for that pick, the toilet paper is always the worst. It's the worst. It's single ply.
It's there at all.
Yeah, and it's just terrible.
Yeah.
And then I will go in another situation that there is no bathroom if you're on the subway. Because then
I shit my pants on the subway.
Usually, yeah, because even if you're on the subway, again, your stomach drops. You're like, fuck, I got to go to the bathroom. There's not a quick bathroom off a subway. You have to get up and then hope you can find somewhere. But most places with subways are places like, no public bathrooms. You can't just run in. So yeah, nothing worse. And then if you have to, fart it out, you're just crammed around people. It's the worst.
Yep. Agreed. Okay. Good
I'm
picks.
gonna go with a music festival porta potty.
Oh, good one.
It's been used all day. It's so fucking hot.
Yep.
Shitting in any porta potty is the worst. You walk out of there like you literally just came out of a sauna, and it's just disgusting.
And it's also
you're
like
sitting on piss.
It's a fucking when the
so
porta
gross.
potty when you look in and it's been rising.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot in there.
Oh.
You always have
Worst.
You always have to peek too, right?
Yeah.
In a porta potty, you have to just take a look.
Yeah.
Like, what's the situation like down there?
Yeah, did a bomb go off in here? Good pick.
Good pick, Max. All right, for my next one, I'm just gonna go in.
But Hank,
Max just keeps picking like small toilets.
Yeah.
he's a big
But
guy.
But it plays.
bodies are also hot though.
Toilets. You're in a
I might
toilet.
make you eat a backup bagel tomorrow. I might sit here and be like, we're not starting the day until you eat 2
Wait,
bagels.
which one of his picks do you dispute?
Not disputing, just critiquing.
I think they're all valid.
They're all good
picks.
picks.
Like
Yeah.
if you're on a plane,
You're just mad because PFT got sex and you got foreplay.
Yeah, you.
no, the foreplay is way worse.
When I'm going down on a chick.
Okay.
Or reverse.
All right.
Blumpkin.
You're up,
great.
PFT?
That's gross, Hank. You're gross. I'm just gonna go with on a road trip.
Yeah.
In a car on a road trip. Because then you got to make everybody pull over for you.
Yep.
You got to find a bathroom. Sometimes you have to go into the gas station, ask them for the key that's attached to like a hockey stick, then go around the corner, open up the bathroom door. You go in. There's needles everywhere in the bathroom. Also looks like a bomb went off. It smells like shit. It's just a bad scene if you have to shit on the road trip.
Yep. Okay. I got 2 to finish off my picks. This one's happened to me a few times. I'm going to go with right before you have to puke. Because that's the worst. When you're taking a shit and you're like, you're fucked up and you're taking a shit and you're like, this will solve it. And you're like, nope, I got to puke. And then you got to puke where you're just shitting.
When I was a kid and I had a stomach bug, I did both at the same
Yeah,
time.
it's the worst.
Like,
Yeah.
I was puking, and as I was puking, shit
But,
came out
dude,
of my ass.
Having to do,
on the wall of the bathroom. I probably shouldn't have shared that, but it has happened.
But you like, has it happened to you guys before where you're like so fucked up and you're like, a shit will solve this? And you're like, nope, it's a puke. It's like, but I already shit, so now I have to turn around. It's the grossest.
You got 2 moves at
Yeah.
that point. You can either shit, like try to spew it between your legs, or if you're lucky, there's a bathtub next to you.
Oh.
You just lean over there.
Oh, the worst. And then my last one is I can't say to it. Actually, Hank can say to it. Prison. Prison has to suck to shit.
That's a good 4th pick.
You there's a shitter in your room with a roommate. Hank, you've shit in prison before.
I did shit in
front of
prison.
people.
No, I was in my own stall. We were in the waiting cell. This was 3:00 in the afternoon. And they said we're not getting out till 7. And I was like, I'm not holding this for whatever 20 hours. And I just started shitting. And everyone's like, are you fucking pooping right now? I was like, what? I had no choice. I had no option.
But every story you hear and every picture you see, it's usually like 2 people or 3 people or 4 people living in a room, and there's just a toilet in the middle.
Yeah, you have to have like a schedule.
And it's
So at
just
least
got to
you know when
suck.
someone's going to use it.
Yeah, and it's just got to suck no matter what.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
It's got to suck for everyone.
I would just stop shitting.
Yeah. Okay, PFT, your last pick.
All right, my last pick. I was thinking about going super specific with this one, but I'm just going to say in a foreign country. If you're out in a foreign country,
What about bidets?
So here's the thing, though.
Never used one.
I don't like bidets.
Here's the thing. Bidets, you have to walk around with a wet ass afterwards.
Agreed. I'm not a bidet guy. I think it's a little sus that you just get water sprayed up your butt. I'm a real man. I like to stick my own fingers up my ass.
So I don't
wipe.
Bidets combined with toilet paper, not a bad scene. Just bidet.
I would never trust that.
First of all, yeah,
Also,
you can't trust it. Second of all, you just have wet ass. It just runs down your leg.
Dumb question. Where does that water come from? Is that recycled?
Is that poop water?
Yeah.
No, I think there's
Spraying poop water back up.
depends on what kind of bidet we're talking about. There's some bidets where you have 2 stations, so you
Okay.
go from the poop station
I
to
don't
the
trust
bidet
them.
station. Some of them have just like a faucet in the wall that you spray.
Yeah.
But the sneaky one of the weirdest things about shitting in a foreign country, especially if you're on an island somewhere or you're in like Central or South America, the plumbing system isn't equipped to handle toilet paper. So a lot of places they have toilet paper, but you have to wipe, and then there's a trash can right next to the toilet that you have to throw your used toilet paper into, on top of other people's shitty toilet paper. And then also, if you're out and you don't know the language, then you have to ask people where the bathroom is, and then they're like, "Oh, this guy wants to shit. This American big shitter." Yeah.
Damn. Okay, Max.
Mine are all transportation. I've realized. I thought others.
Porta potty's not.
Porta potty is not. This next one is in traffic and standstill traffic.
Yeah.
That's like a panic move when you really have to shit and you're like, okay, I'm almost home, and then you're in traffic and you can't get out of it. You start sweating. So it's traffic.
Yeah.
I could PFT you, but I'm not going to because I have integrity of the game.
What does that mean? Make a really excellent
Yeah,
pick?
what is that?
I was going to say while you're puking. Because that's basically the foreplay sex of...
Okay, do whatever you want, dude. You've been so unchill. I don't care.
Well, how is that a PFT?
Well, you just took my pick and slightly altered it.
No, I had during sex as my 1-1.
I had while you're puking on my list. That's why, like...
Do whatever you want, bro.
I'll go with during your own wedding vows.
That was a great pick.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a funnier pick.
During your wedding vows.
That's a funnier pick.
That's a great pick, Hank.
Can't say I know from experience, but that would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
That would suck big time. All right, what do we leave off? I had kids school, elementary school. Like I have not had to do this, but like going to my son's school and like you see the toilets, they're 2 feet off the ground or like a foot off the ground. Would never want to do that.
What about like during an assembly that you're in at school?
Yeah.
Or like during a meeting. Like, you know, there's a bunch of people around.
Like
You can't leave for 20 minutes. Everyone knows.
business people who have like 6-hour like full day meetings and you just have to excuse yourself and be like, I'm sorry, I have to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
And then you're not back like too quickly. Everyone's like, oh my God, he just shit himself.
Yeah.
That was
When you're wearing a suit,
Yeah. Oh,
having to like maybe a tuxedo at a wedding, and you got the suspenders and everything, and you just basically, you're like, I'm gonna shit somewhere on this suit. You gotta like basically take off all your clothes.
yeah, that would be bad. Also, if you're at a job with a boss that is like a serious job, not like a fuck around job, but a job that you care about, that's your career, and then you go in at the same time as your boss.
Yes.
He goes to the urinal.
Yes.
You go to the stall. Then he knows, and then he sticks around a little bit too long, and you have to start shitting.
I think it might be worse if you both go to the stall, because then you have to sit there and be like, you know, I know, like, because he's not only having to smell your shit, but he also is like, this guy knows how I sound.
Yeah, I did that one time with my boss back in Austin. We would go in the bathroom at the same time, sit down. He goes to the stall, I go to the stall, and then he just screams, "Fire in the hole!" Broke the ice and just let it rip.
Yeah,
just absolutely let it rip. And then I was like, okay, this guy's cool. He shits loud.
All right, I had two others that I was surprised that weren't picked. One is when you're in a pool, because not only like the fact that you have to shit while you're in a pool, but there's nothing worse when you're like in a pool or at the beach and you have to go to the bathroom and you're gonna be wet, so you're slipping on the floor, your ass cheeks are wet. It's just a mess.
the beach is a good one.
Yeah,
too.
beach is a big one.
Beach is
Aquadump.
Yeah,
Aquadump.
Aquadump. And then what did you say?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, in high school, after you've already wasted a bathroom break to just walk around.
Oh, yeah.
And then you come back and you're like, I have to go to the
Fake
bathroom.
No,
bathroom break?
I used to just be like every period I would go maybe once or twice, just
But
so I could
twice, but
sit on
teachers,
sit on
you
the
have
toilet.
to go in every single class because, you know,
There were times
they
I
don't
went
know.
twice, and then the teacher would get mad, but I was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
What do you say at that point? You're just like, no, the first one I was faking it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, no, like, I have to shit.
Yeah.
What about during the second quarter of a college football game? And you're the coach,
Oh, yeah.
sidelines,
Joe Pa.
and you're old, and then you have to stop the game to sprint across the field into the locker room.
Yeah, you're flushed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one I had that I was surprised, it's kind of similar to the significant other's parents' house, but significant other in a hotel room. Because that, you could be with your significant other forever. When you get into some hotel rooms and you're like, this hotel room is 300 square feet, like we're men, the way we shit changes the whole vibe of an entire hotel room or a weekend. So like you have to go to the lobby or something, but if you have to go in the hotel room, Max, you're looking at me like you don't.
Yeah, no, I let it rip.
You do?
Yeah, I let it
Dude,
rip.
when it's such a small confined space, I'm like, this shit's gonna linger for days.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
The sound.
Yeah, exactly. Back to your story. All right. Any others? Oh, gas station with only one bathroom. You know which ones I'm talking about. Where it's one single bathroom and it's like, this bathroom's been through hell. Like absolute hell.
That's like if you're on a road trip, that goes hand in hand with what
Yeah.
you just said. Like you really have to go, and it's the only gas station around, and you're like, "Do you have a bathroom?" They're like, "Yeah, but it's in the back for employees."
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, I can use it, and there's
Yeah.
I
To
know.
get there, you have to walk through like their inventory of food that they have
That's
back there.
exactly what I was
The
picturing.
other one is the key bathrooms at a gas station that you have to go outside for. Those are always the worst.
Yeah.
Truckers
the
are
worst.
probably getting their dick sucked in there.
Oh yeah,
During the NBA Finals against the Lakers.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Yeah, that would be bad. That'd be very bad.
Memes
Okay.
raising his hand.
During a marathon.
Oh, I actually think that's
no,
kind
I
of an
disagree.
okay
No.
time.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
plays.
It might be the only time you could shit your pants and no one's gonna really judge you.
What's his name?
Who's the guy that?
Yeah.
RJ
who's the
Davis
guy-
or something?
No.
Yeah.
The Davis
basketball
Clark.
player?
No,
Davis
Davis
Clark.
Clark. Davis Clark.
The influencer.
Yeah. That was a great video.
I also feel like runners, they welcome you into an elite fraternity if you do that.
Yeah,
They're like respect.
yeah. You left it all out there. Okay, let's get to our interview. We got an awesome interview with David Wells, and we'll finish up with Pardon Your Take. PFT, you got an ad before we start the interview?
I do. David Wells is brought to you by Coors Light. Coors Light is the absolute best. We cracked open some Coors Lights on the Frisbee golf course today. The victor got the spoils. The mountains were blue. Before all the hustle of football season, Pardon My Take is headed west. It's our first ever chill week. With the help of Coors Light, we're hosting interviews with fellow golf lovers in town, enjoying the summer fun that Tahoe has to offer. Most of all, choosing chill with Coors Light all week long. When you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to choose chill. Crack open a Coors Light. Coors Light is mountain cold refreshment, crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. Tune in for our adventures at Chill Week. Don't forget to choose chill. Reach for Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Okay, we now welcome on a very, very, very special guest. It is our first interview of Chill Week, sponsored by Coors Light and Chevy Silverado. It is the legend, 21 years pitching in MLB, David Boomer Wells. Should we go by Boomer, or how do you want to
I'm
start
cool with
that?
any one of 'em.
All right, I love
good.
that. Let's start, though. We're here at the tournament that's going to be taking place this weekend in Tahoe. First of all, how's the golf game? Do you think we have a chance of winning?
I have zero chance of winning in this, so
You can't say
save your money.
zero. What if someone?
I'm
what
going
if,
to tell
like,
you zero.
What if half of the field gets hit by a bus?
There's another half. And there's another half are some good players, but no, I've come this year with zero expectations. You know, I had a shoulder replacement in December, so I'm just getting that back. So I've probably had about 10 rounds
Okay.
since then. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's not pretty. But I mean, because I'm coordinated and I do play a lot of golf, it's just trying to find your rhythm in that, and it's not there. But
Yeah.
I just try to stay away from the double bogeys.
What's your handicap?
Well, normally when I'm playing a lot, it's probably, anywhere from a 6 to a 9.
Okay, nice.
You like that
nice.
number,
Yeah,
6 or 9?
Nice.
That's like Joe Biden, right?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you a pink belt and tongue foo, so you're good.
I love it though that like you're like from a 6 to a 9. That's a really good golfer.
Yeah.
And you're being very humble, being like I'm not going to compete in this thing.
And it's a good song. And
Yeah.
you probably don't know who sang. If 6 was a 9,
If 6 was a 9, Rush,
no. Damn. You got to go way back, brother.
Three Dog
Is it-
Night.
The Mamas and the Papas?
No.
What is it?
Robert Johnson.
Nope. Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, okay. I
shit.
should have known that
looked
one.
like
Should have known
idiots.
that one.
You're a big music guy.
Love
Huge music guy. So I heard a story that your favorite day was when you would start, but mostly because you got to control the clubhouse music.
Yes.
So what was the usual pick? And was there anyone in particular who was like, what the hell, Boomer? We don't want to listen to this.
Well, a lot of guys didn't want to listen to it, especially Joe Torre, but I didn't give two shits about that. Can we cuss?
yeah,
fuck,
say
shit,
fuck,
good.
Cunt.
motherfucker.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So,
can't say fart. I know you got in trouble with that one
How
time.
about that?
You did. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all right. But anyways, I got fired up, so my go-to was Metallica,
Nice.
100%. And then I'd throw a little Disturbed in there,
Okay.
a little Slipknot in there, and just get it going. And then, I'd wind down a little bit, played a little bit of Van Halen, love Van Halen.
Yeah.
Do that, some Cheap Tricks, some of the old school stuff, and then finish it up with Wolf and Man.
Yeah.
And then that was one of my come out songs, but played a lot of POD as well.
So wait,
'Cause those are my boys, San Diego boys down there.
what would Tori say?
He would try to turn it down. I'd go back and turn it back up.
Yeah, what did he want to
And
listen
I just
to?
told him, if you want to win, leave the fucking music alone.
Yeah.
Because this is how I get ready, for my starts. Just go out in the dugout, do something. But, for the next 45, 50 minutes, let me
me
get in the
time.
zone.
I respect that though. Like on days that you're working, what gets you dialed in,
Right.
And it's some fucking Metallica.
But he made it all about himself. So
Yeah.
to me, it was like, what do you do? But that to me, that just worked for me and how I got prepared and ready. Because I just, music. If music wasn't around, I don't think I'd been worth shit.
Yeah.
I always gravitate and go to music in any time and if high or low. Just go to music and you just find the songs that work for you to get you out of your funk.
So what are your top 3 Metallica albums?
Probably Ride the Lightning. I like, obviously the Black Album,
Yep.
which was great, and probably Masters.
Okay.
Yeah, those 3 are pretty badass.
Yeah, those really do, like the old school Metallica. You don't have a pulse if you listen to that and you can't get up for it.
No. And I used to run with Lars back in the day, so it was quite
That must have been
interesting
awesome.
and quite a lot of fun. James Hetfield didn't really gravitate towards me a little as much, but he was nice. He wasn't a dick. A lot of people can be, but he was really cool, and I got to go behind the scenes and hang out in sessions with him and do all that. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, Lars, that was my man. I named my son after him. So
Yeah.
it was
That's
cool,
awesome. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So
and he's a drummer, so hopefully he'll follow in his footsteps.
Yeah.
So when you sat down, you took your knee brace off. Is your knee okay, by the way? How's it
Yeah,
feeling?
I had to put that on. I'm getting this done in December. December 2nd, I get a knee replacement. So
I got
to wear a Kotex from time to time.
I was admiring the tattoo that the knee brace was covering.
Yeah.
You got a skull, but the skull also is a baseball.
And who's on that?
That
Is
fucking
Babe
David
Ruth?
Cohn, Don Larson, and me.
Yep.
The
Wait, you have
three
your own
perfect game
signature
guys,
tattoo
and I
on your
got
leg?
Whitey Ford and Babe Ruth, and then the knee, the nose is the tunnel going from the clubhouse to the.
That's
to the
awesome.
That's an
field.
awesome tattoo.
And then all the teeth and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But yeah, it's just I like skulls, so.
Yeah. So
I'm a
so
skull
you,
guy.
you mentioned some of the guys there, David Cohn, and got to talk about the perfect game. How hungover were you for the perfect game?
I was as the game went on, I got better, but the start, I got to the park that morning, and Coney's locker was next to mine, and they were getting ready to go out on the field, and he just looked at me and he goes, "Wow." I go, "What?" I'm looking around. What? And he goes, "You stink, dude." He goes, "Hide." He goes, if Joe Torre smells you, you're done. Yeah, I was a brewery.
How many
a lot
hours?
Of,
did
a
you
lot of
sleep?
vodka came out of that body that day.
But I feel
Yeah.
like sometimes when you're hungover, you don't like it drowns out some of the anxiety, some of the negative self-talk.
Yeah.
You just go out there and you fucking do it.
Yeah, and a lot of guys have done it, but to me, I just wasn't expected. It was stupid to do it, but I did it. Jimmy Fallon and Seth, all the guys, the whole cast, we were just raging till about 5:30 in the morning, and then I got home probably about 5:45, 6, just facial on the bed, and my son wakes me up 2 hours later. "Dad, I'm hungry." I'm like, "Go get Grandpa to make you something." Like, give me a couple more hours of sleep, and he's like persistent, no. So I got up, started drinking coffee, and then that shit happened. So,
Yeah.
it was incredible.
So after that goes down, did you ever think, because if it were me and I just pitched a perfect game after I was maybe half drunk, maybe still hungover, I would get in my own head and say I have to do this every single game from now on.
Think I didn't? not to that extent, but I usually went out the night before I pitched, low key, just have a couple pops, not get too annihilated, and because for me the next day I was relaxed.
Yeah.
I wasn't all, because a lot of guys get butterflies, and I still got butterflies before every game, but once you couple pitches into it, you're good to go, and and then you just go get into your rhythm.
Yeah.
But not all the time it works and all that. So it's like what do? You're gonna have good games. You're gonna have bad games.
Yeah. Do you need
I
a
don't care
drink?
I don't care the guys who don't drink. They have bad days too. Yeah, I was looking for my water, but I'll take a Coors Light.
There we
go.
go. Ice
There
cold
we go.
Coors Light.
We'll all crack open.
It ain't that ice cold.
Yeah. All right. So the perfect game. 2 other things I had about that was
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. This is going exactly how I expected when
Yes.
David Wells,
Cheers.
the legend, was on. I heard you say that the bullpen, which you took very seriously throughout your career, and your warm-ups before the game were horrendous for that. So what are you thinking in your head when you're throwing warm-ups before your perfect game? Are you like, this is going to be such a shitty day?
Well, if my bullpens were good, I was scared. If they were shitty, I was okay with it because you can't you can't get any worse.
Right.
So you don't know what to expect. But because for me, then I would just try to psych myself out. I would throw like some pitches, like really bad towards the end of my warm up and start dropping the F-bombs and getting pissed off. And, Mel Stoudemire's looking at me and go, what's wrong with you? You all right? No, man, you see those pitches right there? But I'm not going to tell him.
Right.
It's just my own thing. It's just I get in my own head.
Right.
And that's what I did because my bullpens were just so good.
Right.
And perfect. To me, it was like, it's scary because you can go in there and get caught up in it and not really know, you see the guy in front of you got a face and you groove him one, it goes a long ways.
Yeah.
So you just gotta, that just worked for me. That was my mindset.
Yeah. So, and then during the perfect game, at what point were you like, this is happening? Like, this is
about the fifth inning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like, oh shit, like this could happen.
Well, I walked into the clubhouse. I always walked up and got water. I was very superstitious. So I with one out, I'd run up, get a water, and then come back down. I went into the lounge and I heard Michael Kay and John Sterling, David Wells got a perfect game. I'm like, la, 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 la. I fucking ran out and I'm like, got to the bench and then I spit on the first step, second step, third step. Got to spit on those. And
every time?
And there's times like I had cotton mouth. I couldn't get shit out of that. When fucking feathers were coming out, It was like I ate a chicken, a whole chicken. And, but yeah, to me, it was just a very superstitious thing for me to do. And I just, I did that. So I just tried to stay, because I remember going and sitting next to Tino, and he got up and walked away.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
did everyone leave you alone?
Yeah, I was very eerie,
Yeah.
very, very eerie, and but I knew what they were doing because they don't want to be the ones to, to jinx you and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I remember it was the eighth inning, going out for the eighth inning, and David Cohn comes up to me and he goes, "Hey," he goes, break out that knuckleball." I go, "What?" He goes, "Throw the knuckleball." I go, "I don't throw a knuckleball." He goes, "Yeah, you do. I play catch with you every day. Throw that knuckleball." I go, "Are you out of your fucking mind, dude? I'm not throwing no knuckleball." I knew what he was doing. Not right away, but then when I was walking out to the mound, I'm like, he's just trying to get my mind off of what's going on.
Yeah.
Very genius move on his part.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that is genius, and he obviously then threw a perfect game. He kind of
next year.
Yeah, the next year. And did you have anything like that for him?
No, I wasn't. I got traded.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
I got
traded.
traded the first day of spring training.
You bounced around to so many teams. Was there ever a moment in your career where you're like, man, I kind of wish I could just stay at one of these places?
I think I was meant to be on a bunch of teams. You know what? I just had had a hard time with authority.
Yeah.
I spoke my mind, I think, too much, but, that's just the way I was. It worked for me, but, I want to win. I want to make the guys around me better. I want my teammates to do what they're supposed to do. I didn't set a very good example by going out.
Right.
But I got if I didn't come and do my job to the park every day or every 5 days and do my job well, then I would expect them to come and get in my face and, have an intervention with me or something. But it was like, I just wanted to win and I just did not like authority because I'm a grown ass man.
So don't
tell me.
I got two questions about the authority thing. One, how much of that is because of your upbringing with your mom, who was, by everything I've read, an absolute badass? She was in the Hell's Angel.
She was a woman, I guess. She was her boyfriend, so
yeah.
She was an old lady, as they would say.
Yeah, but how was that? Like, your mom, like, that's kind of the coolest thing ever, to be like, yeah, my mom was a Hell's Angel.
To me as a kid, you don't really, because you're around these guys every day, especially on the weekends, when the party's at your house,
right,
and in our apartment. But the apartment complex that we lived in, there was two on the same block, but we were the bigger one. The other one was a little smaller, and they had a big courtyard in the middle, and it was on. And it was cool because you'd have, 150, 200 motorcycles around your whole block. People were scared of you.
Yeah, I was going to say, no one messed with you, I'm sure.
I was a shit-talking punk little kid. You mess with me, my mom's boyfriend's going to beat your ass, and do all that stuff. So I got away with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But no, my mom that was just her lifestyle, and it worked for her. But she always told me, she goes, don't take any shit from anybody, speak your mind, and persevere.
Yeah.
And I remember that as a little kid, and I took that in to my life, and it worked.
Yeah. So the second question about authority is, I heard a story that you tried to, or maybe didn't try, but you told George Steinbrenner that you're going to beat his ass.
Oh yeah.
So can you tell us that story? Because that's, I would imagine a lot of guys on the Yankees didn't do that because he was the boss.
Yeah. It was interleague game. We were playing the Expos, and Pedro and I were going toe to toe. And I think it was the third or fourth inning. Darren Fletcher hit a home run. But the year before, '96, when I was with Baltimore, and Jeffrey Merritt kid leaned over
Piece of shit.
and did that because Tony Tarasco was camping underneath it, and he just reached out, and Richie Garcia called it a home run, which was bullshit.
Yep.
And so I brought that up because same thing happened to me. Some guy leaned over, and Tony was right, and Paul O'Neill was right underneath it. And Paul was pissed. He's screaming, and they called it a home run. So I think I went 8 innings, and then when I went in, George Steinbrenner was sitting right next to my locker, but there was a picnic table in front of my locker, and with Nick Piori, who was our clubhouse manager, and they were talking. I come in, I said, "Hey George," I said, you got to do something with that fence. I said, it worked for you last year, it didn't work today. We were losing, I think, that time, 3-1, and he's like, he just looks at me, he goes, "You ain't the pitcher I signed." I go, "Excuse me?" He goes, "You ain't the pitcher I signed." I go, "Well, if you don't fucking like me, why don't you trade me?" He goes, "I tried, nobody wants you." That pissed me off. Yeah. So I was just like, oh boy, here we go. So he just kind of looked at me. I said, "If you don't like me, get fucking rid of me." I said, "If you don't want me, I don't care." I said, "This is my dream to play for you. But now if you're going to be a dickhead, then fuck off. I don't want to be no part of it."
Yeah.
And I said, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go get ice on my shoulder and my back and my knee. And I said, and when I come back, I said, if you're here, I said, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And he gets up. He gets right in my face. And he's like, "I'm not afraid of you." I go, "We'll find out in a few minutes." I went in there and I put ice, elbow, shoulder, back, knee. And I come out, and he's sitting right there, and I go, "Son of a bitch." I go, "You still here, you motherfucker?" I started ripping shit off of me. He got up, out the door he went. I chased him. And Strawberry was hiding behind a pillar going, "Wow, this guy's fucking out of his mind. He's like crazy."
Oh, man.
He went out, and then, I felt really bad about it, but, it is what it is. I was hot, and, you say stuff when you're pissed off. And so, like, 2 days later, during the game, I'm walking up into the clubhouse, and the phone rings right outside of Torrey's office. And I pick it up, and I go, "Yankee Stadium, second base, can I help you?" He goes, "Who is this?" And I knew right who it was. I go, "You called me, who's this?" He goes, "This is George Steinbrenner, God damn it." And I said, "Hey, George, it's Boomer." I go, "Hey, I just want to apologize for the other day. I should have not done that. That was not cool. So I really, really feel bad." And I go, "I apologize." He goes, "You wait right there." And he came down from his office. He came down, and we went in Joe's office, and we hashed it out. He gives me a big old hug, kiss on the cheek. He goes, "You're my guy."
Oh,
I like that.
But I think you had to do that.
Yeah.
You
Right.
had to challenge him.
Yeah.
Because if he had you, you're done.
Well, everybody that he deals with in his day-to-day life just rolls over for him.
Yeah.
So if you are a guy that stands up, he'll probably respect that.
So I told everybody, fucking talk shit to him. Get in his face. Do that. Challenge him. Do all that. But
No
not
one else did
everybody's
that?
me.
Did anyone else do that?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't
Yeah.
know. But, at least you give him a little bit of advice.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to get rolled over. It's like, the same crap happened to me in Toronto. The front office always messed with me. And I think that's why I became a really, bad boy of baseball, because of the fact that they treated me like shit. And it was like they were always worried about if I was, I was 195 and they wanted me to be 185. I'm like, I'm already skinny. I'm 6'4". I'm skinny as hell.
Yeah.
I go, no. And then I'm 205. They want me to be 200. So they'd fine me $100 a day. And I didn't have $100 to pay.
Yeah.
I was low man on the totem pole on that payroll. So it really sucked. So Pat Gillick and Gord Ash were always messing with me. And Finally, one day, I just said, fuck you guys. I said, I want to be a starter or a reliever. I'm not doing both.
Right.
I said, I'll be happy to do one or the other. Because when Dave Steve went down, I spot started. I won 15 games.
Right.
And then he comes back. I go right to the bullpen.
Right.
So I was just like, whatever. So, yeah. So I went out, and then they released me.
And that probably, like that, Toronto, the start of your career, probably set the tone a little bit for why you got traded
For
a
the rest
bunch.
of my career.
Yeah, for the rest of your career, but
Right.
it also is why you were able to survive being like, hey, I know I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off.
Yeah, that's why everybody wanted me in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a big game pitcher. So you give me the ball, I'm not afraid.
What is it about a big game pitcher? Because there's something special about it, like
Big
in all
balls?
sports. Yeah, no, but like watching, like, you know, there's been a ton of guys throughout history, but like even I'm thinking like more recently, like a John Lesser or a Madison Bumgarner, where it's like
Kurt Schilling.
it doesn't matter what their season looked like. If they have to win a game, they're going to win a game.
Andy Pettit's probably the best big game pitcher I've ever seen, in my career. That guy, he knew how to win. Kurt Schilling's another guy. He stepped up to the plate in big games, and that's where you want to be. You want to be on the biggest stage and take authority and walk off that in the ninth inning with a, badass with your chest out and just, here you go, everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I just did to your team.
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's a mentality that you want. A lot of guys are going third, fourth inning, looking in the dugout going, come get me.
Right.
You know what? That's just not how it is. There's guys that just step up, and there's guys that don't.
So you're talking about the butterflies earlier. Like, you would still get those butterflies before a big game? You would
Yeah.
just lean into them?
Yeah.
How do you make those butterflies your friend?
You just go out there and make your pitches. I knew I could hit a gnat's ass at 60 feet 6 inches 9 out of 10 times. I had good control. I had control with every pitch, so I threw strikes. So you just try to make your pitches. You know what guys can beat you, and pitch to your strength. I didn't look at the scouting reports. I would do it from time to time just to appease somebody, but I already knew what I was doing. I pitched to my strengths, not what some scouting report tells me to do. If it's somebody I don't know that just got called up, then I'll go look at it just to see what their their scouting report is. But to me, it was still, I just pitched to my strengths.
What about your catchers? When your catchers are calling a game, are you a guy that would shake off a lot of signs, or they
Nope.
knew what you wanted to throw?
Nope. I made sure they knew what I threw in every count in the pitch. Every pitch in the count, excuse me. And so to me, they had to think with me because I hated to shake off. Now, if I had a scuffed ball, then they put number 2 down. I'm like, no, we're going number 1 because I can make that ball move that much inside and out. So I'd rather do that and not speed up their bat when they're looking for something off speed.
Yeah.
But yeah, because if you get a scuffed ball, I remember early in my career, I'd get scuffed balls, I'd throw them back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a dumbass I was. I didn't know. I was just green behind the ears.
Yeah.
Then I got a little older and talked to the veteran guys, and they tell you, and then you start working with it, and it's like, oh my God, now they throw every ball out.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's crazy. If it hits the dirt,
Yeah.
it's out.
So you're pitching in, the 90s, early 2000s, height of the steroid era. Did you know at the time you're like, these guys are juicing and like they're
We knew what guys were doing them.
Right.
And what guys weren't.
Right.
And, it's just, I look back now, I go, fuck, I wish I would have done them,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
That's an honest answer.
I
Yeah.
wish I would have, because I don't think I would have. I think I would have gained velocity. I think in that aspect. So with my ability to throw strikes, I think it would have made me a lot better. I think injuries, these little aches and pains you get, the dead arm period and stuff like that you get. So it's like, that might have been a big difference for me. But no, I never did them. So, but to me, it sucks that the guys that did them that didn't need to do them.
Yeah.
And, I guess I'd say allegedly they did, but, we all know what guys did them. And so to me, but, that's just the thing. So, I look at it in my situation. I pitched in a steroid era, and I could have probably had, 15, 20 more wins because of it. So that puts me at,
Close to
at
300, right? Yeah.
Well, no, I had 239. So 260, 270.
Yeah.
But if the Blue Jays would have left me a starter my whole career,
Then
that's
you're
why
close
I
to
wish I
300.
always
Yeah.
played for the Braves.
Yeah.
Because they always brought their guys up and they just let them go. and that's how they learned. And that's why they were very good staffs all those years. And, so if you take 10 wins, if you just take 10 wins a year for those 6 years they stuck me in the bullpen, that's 60 wins.
Yeah.
That's 300.
Now you're getting 300,
I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's true. So was there ever a moment or maybe a home run or a moment in a game where you're like, fuck, this is crazy what these guys are doing?
I mean, when a guy that normally doesn't hit a home run off you and he's going 20 rows deep oppo, that pisses you off.
Yeah.
Because they're doing it. And, it's just you see their bodies change and it's just like, okay, here we go. It's got to make your pitches. But even that pitch that you normally get them out on, they're so strong now.
I know.
It's just like, great. But, it is what it is. And, do I think those guys should be in the Hall of Fame? No. Because I didn't do them. They don't belong in it. And there's guys that think that they should. And I call bullshit on that because it shouldn't be that situation. It's like, and here's a case with Andy Pettitte. And when him and Roger I guess Roger gave it to him, or whatever it was, whoever their trainer was at the time. And Andy was hurt. So I think he did. I don't know what it was that he did.
I think it was the cream, maybe.
But whatever he did, he was doing it to get to come back faster, whatever it was. And I think if it was under a doctor's supervision from guys that got injured, and if it's a healing process and it gets them over the hump and it gets them back on the field, that I would be fine with. I think that would be okay. But it would have to be, obviously it would have to go as a league rule, and then the team doctors, and it's documented, then sure, why wouldn't you do that? And then let him in the Hall. Because Andy Pettitte, he's a Hall of Famer in my eyes, but, that one little mishap might screw him for the rest of his life.
But so you're a baseball historian. Like you collect a bunch of stuff. The game that you wore, Babe Ruth's hat, was pretty awesome. Don't you think it's crazy though that Barry Bonds is not in the Hall of Fame? He's one of, if not the best baseball player of all time. And you can go through the history of baseball. Like there's all these guys that 1950s didn't play against black players. They didn't play the best competition. So.
Right.
You don't think that's crazy that they should be in the Hall of Fame? Well, you got to tell the history of the game, good or bad.
Well, sure, but the thing is, if they did steroids and they're linked to them, so it's like, I don't know, and I like both. They're both great guys.
Yeah,
they're both great guys, but to me, when you're linked to it and everybody knows, then it's like it's I don't know about the committee, what the committee's thinking, but it's the writers, and eventually. They're probably going to get in.
Because the writers will get younger and they'll realize.
Yeah, but there are a lot of stupid-ass writers out there that don't need to be writing, and they should not have a vote.
Yeah, the voting process for baseball is
stupid.
It's crazy.
Didn't Derek Jeter not get 100%?
Well, and that's the thing, because there's one guy, I forgot his name, and this is the BS part of it all, is that everything's secretive to them. And they keep going to Derek, and Derek has to answer all these questions, and Derek's like, why don't you go to the guy who didn't vote for me?
Right. Yeah.
But they're saying, well, we don't know who it is. Well, they hide behind their pencil. They behind it. And that's BS. They're a bunch of, we call them pussies.
Yeah. You
all
can say pussies.
Long. All day long. And maybe a few others because they're such afraid of their own shadow. But they could sit there and write BS about you your whole career and they not like you. So they're not going to vote for you. But that one guy, from what I hear, doesn't like to vote for guys their first ballot.
year,
Yeah,
which is so
it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
It's like
but then,
gatekeeping some idea of baseball perfection that
Correct.
doesn't exist.
Yeah, Rivera was another one where it's like
He got
he's
it.
the great. He didn't get 100%.
He didn't get 100?
Right. I don't think he did. He get 100?
I think
he
he
the only
did.
one who got 100.
I think he was
so
the
maybe
only
they
one
did
that
it
got
right
it, yeah.
for him.
But yeah.
He might have been the only one. But that's the one where
Derek
it's like,
Jeter, same way. He's a stud. A lot of these guys, that has been had to wait or wait a year and then they get in the next year. Put him in. I think the same thing happened to Roberto Alomar.
Rivera got 100. All right. Yeah.
So like
he was the
Roberto
only
Alomar,
one. Yeah.
I think he had to wait a year and then he got in. Dude was a stud.
Right.
One of the best players I've ever seen. Best infielder I've ever seen. Ken Griffey Jr. probably the best outfielder I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But there's a couple guys behind him that were just as good.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see guys like that, but they didn't get caught doing anything. To me, it's like, how do you not put Bernie Williams in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
How do you not put Kenny Lofton in the Hall of Fame? They had great numbers. They have Hall of Fame numbers. That's why you got a douchebag what's it? The
Manfred.
commissioner.
Yeah, commissioner. Yeah.
Yeah, Rob Manfred.
yeah.
I think he hates baseball, so he's just screwing it up while his tenure's still going.
Yeah.
And he's going to see how much he could fuck it up.
So wait,
they should have booted him years ago.
What don't you like about today's game?
Everything.
Okay, I
don't
like
like-
that.
you don't
I
like
knew that whatever I asked,
I
there was
don't
going to
watch
be a
it.
list.
I don't
Yeah.
watch baseball anymore.
Seriously?
I haven't watched it in 5 years.
Have you seen the bigger bases though?
The only time I've watched baseball is with my buddy Chuck down in San Diego because he's a big Padre fan, and I've gone to maybe 2 games in 5 years. So I can't. I lied. I've watched 2 games in 5 years.
Do you have the card that
What's
gets you
that?
into every game?
Yes.
That is one of the coolest things. So can you explain it? That when you retire,
10 years.
If you play 10 years in
get the
the
gold
big leagues,
card.
you get a gold card that you can walk up to any stadium at any time, and you get walked right in.
You get 2 of the best tickets available.
That's
That's
the coolest
awesome.
thing
That's
ever.
very cool.
Yeah, but
You just don't. Can I
you don't
have
use
it?
yours.
Can we have it?
You gotta
Give it
find
to
my
us.
you gotta find my kids. My kids want it.
Do they use it?
They've used it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get like snacks and drinks with that, or just tickets?
No, just tickets.
That's so cool
Yeah.
though. Just be able to walk up. They want to go to a game. Okay.
Well, you know how much tickets are nowadays, so fuck that they're ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, what would you do to fix baseball?
I would get rid of the clock.
Okay.
I get every analytic guy out of there.
Fire all the nerds.
Yeah.
All the nerds.
Drop them off in the middle of the lake and let them swim in.
Okay. kill all the nerds. All right.
You know, because here's the thing. They're the guys that are making all the calls and everything and giving it to the GMs or whatever, and then they're going off of that. It's like all that shit has been there since day one of baseball. It just took a couple cronies to go back there, crunch numbers, Billy Bean, one of them, and with the money ball. But it's like a lot. There's some validity to a lot of it, but a computer doesn't tell you. It doesn't have a heartbeat, so it doesn't do that. If you throw over first base the 3rd time, he gets to go to second. Okay, what part of that don't I get? Guy on second in extra innings because they want to speed the game up. You don't
Yeah.
want to go to the fucking game for 9 innings? Get the hell out.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
That's up to you. Don't try to speed the game up. The integrity of the game is what it was.
Would you
Yeah.
ever try to pick off pitches to first base just to piss off the fans when they started to boo you?
You know what? Sparky Anderson was the man doing that. He would have you throw over 6 times in a row, and fans are booing like
Yeah.
crazy, especially in the visiting one. And he would do it, but there's a reason for that because they want to try to see if the play off their hand if he's going to turn around and bunt, try to get the guy over.
Right.
So there's reasons for all that stuff. But,
Right.
But now these kids nowadays they don't have to think for themselves because they got these analytic guys that are doing all the thinking for them, and it's like. Learn how to play ball. Man, grow a sack. Let's go.
I like
Yeah,
that. I
I
like
do.
that. Bring
Yeah.
back small ball. Steal some bases.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, you can
don't see it anymore.
You
No.
can see it in today's game. Like I know they've made a lot of rule changes, some good, some bad, but like the batting averages are down so insanely. Where like no one's hitting over 300,
Right.
And it's like the action of the game. That's what people want to see.
Right.
And I know that I actually agree with like banning the shift because I did think the shift that just
Yeah.
became ridiculous when a guy would hit.
You know what?
a
That
C.
guy needs to make an adjustment.
Okay, all right.
Make the adjustment. I had no problem with that. It used to piss me off because then they would hit it the other way.
Hit it down the
But,
line,
I mean,
yeah.
did I like it? No, but I don't think they should have took it out. I mean, the hitters are good enough. You got to give them credit because they know how to hit bad pitches. You don't need an analytics guy to tell you, this is that. They just learn it. Robin Yount, guys like that, Paul Molitor, George Brett, all these guys that, were pure hitters, Hall of Fame hitters, they figured it out. Dave Winfield, all these guys. You go down the line from the 60s, 70s, or the 70s, 80s, and 90s, 2000, and then before the analytics, these guys learn how to hit.
Yeah.
They pay attention. All you got to do is pay attention. I watch the hitters. They watch us.
Tony Gwynn.
Yeah.
The epitome. Wade Boggs, Don Mattingly.
Did you ever go out with Wade Boggs?
Oh yeah.
Who would end the night?
I would end the night.
You'd out drink Wade?
Not in beers.
Yeah. So the story goes when he drinks 70 beers on a cross country trip one time.
I've seen it.
Something like
Do you believe that?
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So
and not get up to pee once. That's even more impressive.
It was like six
That's
beers.
more impressive.
6 beers in the clubhouse after the game, right? And then he'd have another 6-pack on the bus.
A lot of
taking you to
guys
the
would do
airport.
that, but he was the king.
Yeah.
But you know what? It worked for him.
Yeah.
He's there the next day early, first guy there, hitting, getting his work in, eating his chicken, whatever it may be, and Wade was awesome.
Yeah, it seems like a very cool hang. You mentioned Roger Clemens earlier, and then that reminded me. You obviously have had run-ins with every manager that you've been involved with. Roger Clemens managed you for a day.
He did. We were in Maine about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, at a tournament, and we were golfing. It was Ben Higgins, Roger, and I, and we were playing, and Roger brought that up. I go, son, because when I looked up, I'm like, what the hell are you doing out here? But Torrey gave him manager of the day because he was, I don't know if it was towards the end of. It was, I guess, a veteran status. It was a great gesture on Joe's part to do that, but I didn't expect that. And he comes out there, I'm like, because normally I don't want to come out of a game.
Right.
But it was pretty cool. Roger, let me tell you, Roger's one of the funniest dudes you'll ever meet. His isms, and he's got a lot of one-liners. He keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We had battles and all that over the years. We talked a lot of crap to one another, over the years. But I'll tell you, he's down there. He's a good guy.
I would think that if he was trying to take you out of a game, though, you'd be like, get the fuck back in the dugout, Roger.
Trust me, I think I said that. But he's a bigger boy than me, so I'm not going to give him too much shit.
Yeah, talking about old school baseball, if a teammate of yours got hit, were you kind of excited? Like, I'm gonna.
Well, you don't want to hit anybody. You don't want to hit. You just protect your teammates.
Right.
You protect them, and you just. So my rule of thumb was hit the first guy.
Yeah.
Big, small, it doesn't matter. You hit the first guy and just try to, squash it. And I remember in Toronto, Doug Litton hit like 3 or 4 guys. And I'm like, well, my rule of thumb, and first guy up, Albert Bell.
Oh, no.
I go, oh,
Son of a bitch.
So I said, you know what? Piss on it. And first pitch, smoked him. He just dropped the bat and stared at me. I'm like, oh, boy.
That's scary.
I go, it's on.
Yeah.
It's coming. He walked all the way to first base and stared at me the whole time. And so, obviously, thank God I was a lefty.
Yeah.
Because I got him right here on my side, and I'm like I think like 2 pitches later, double play.
Yeah.
So it was he wasn't a very fast runner, but then he's got to come by the mound. I'm just I stepped away from the mound just to see what he was going to do, and I watched him walk all the way into the dugout. And he went over to Doug Litton and grabbed him by his throat and just started shaking. I was like, that's a man that knows baseball. Because he knows
great.
that guy got him hurt.
Yeah. So I remember that clip. I didn't remember the reason why he grabbed his teammate by the throat because
dang right.
They were talking about
He was
that.
a smart player. He just had bad,
temper.
Well, no, he just had antics from he'll run 20 yards past, ground ball. He'll run 20 yards past first base and then off with the helmet, leave it there, and make the first base coach come and get it.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
There's a egg like a Halloween kid.
Yeah, well, he got mad. No, he got mad. This is in Baltimore.
I did too. There's a lot of punks out there.
He got mad because no, it wasn't. It wasn't. He got mad because some kids egged his house.
Yeah,
and then I think he chased them on a bike,
which is
and
scary
threatened to
as
kick their
fuck.
ass. Yeah.
Oh, I've done that.
Have you?
I've done that. Kids egging and toilet paper in your house. Oh, hell yeah.
What do you say to them when you?
We had
when
a
you
catch
catch
because my wife bought me a pitcher and a catcher, big bronze in the front yard. She bought that for me years ago, and on Halloween, kids took it, and they took it like 3 blocks away and put them in somebody else's yard. Well, I found out who the kids was. He scared the daylights out of them.
You chase him down?
I chased them down, but I didn't get them. They peeled off, and I chased the wrong kids because I didn't know, because they had golf carts and they had our thing.
Yeah.
But I did get some of the kids that were there, and they were scared shitless, but they're little kids. But you grab them and you're just like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to beat your ass and all that. But then we found out who it was. You went over there and you just have a talk and say, you know what? I see you on my property again. I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting
And
chased down by David Wells is
fun.
not something I want to.
fun.
I wouldn't shoot a little kid.
Yeah.
Okay, but
But if
5
he's an
years
adult,
old.
Yeah.
if he's 18 or over, you're going to get your ass whooped.
I love that. There
But
was
nowadays you shoot him because our whole world's going to shit. But back in then, you just beat the shit out of him.
there
Who
was a
cares?
clip.
I got my ass kicked plenty of times, so back at you.
One time Albert Bell got hit by a pitch, and then he told the umpire it didn't hit him because he wanted to stay in the box and try to hit a home run.
Yeah.
Damn
One of the
right.
all-time moments.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
A lot of guys did that. I didn't hit me.
Was there any hitter that you, I don't want to say you were afraid of because you obviously, I don't think you're the kind of guy
Never
that was
afraid of anybody.
afraid of anyone, but was there a hitter that you respected?
Or had your number.
Mo Vaughn.
Yeah?
Mo Vaughn.
Great
That
swing.
son of a bitch. I couldn't get him out. So I finally told him, I said, Mo, I love you, buddy, but, if there's anybody on, I'm just going to hit you. He goes, why? He's like, because I can't get you out. I said, and you're a liability on first base. You can't run for shit. So, advantage me.
Yeah.
But I think he hit like 8 or 9 home runs off me career.
Oh.
I'm like, God, I just tipped my cap.
And when he would turn on a pitch,
I tried to take him out and get him drunk. he could drink. So he didn't care. He was in that lineup the next day.
Who was the most underrated player you played with or against that you're like, he deserves more credit?
Oh, my God. Jeez. I mean, Paul O'Neill, he
had a temper,
player.
too.
I think he was. I used to love sitting at the end of the bench, and he just beat the shit out of that water bottle, that water jug. I just sit there and get a laugh out of it. But he made a good name for himself. But I think he's got good numbers, and all that stuff. But he's a stud. But there's so many guys.
You played with so many guys.
I did. 21 years and 9 teams. There's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
That played a lot. A lot of guys. There was just a lot of gamers. To me, it's just hard to pick them all out.
Yeah. What was your favorite city you played for, not counting the Yankees? Because I know, obviously, you loved Babe Ruth and
San Diego, because I'm from San Diego.
Yeah.
I got to play there. But, believe it or not, because of the greatest manager of all time, Sparky Anderson, I love Detroit.
Yeah.
But to me, it was just playing for that guy and just getting the knowledge that he gives you. He helped me tremendously through my career. Yeah.
So, what was different about him than every other manager that you had?
He cared about you. He wanted you to succeed. But he's just so wise in his wisdom, and he would just tell you, we'd sit, come here, sit next to me. And he'd just say, watch these hitters and all that. And he just explained stuff to you. But he would do it with everybody on the team. Joe Torre, it was that circle of trust, and we were way the hell up here. We weren't even close. He didn't treat everybody the same.
Yeah.
Cito Gaston, I hated him as a manager. I love him as a person, but we never saw eye to eye. We got into it. But I didn't think he treated everybody fair. There's a few managers that didn't. Jim Fregosi was a great manager. He was a player's manager. But, Bruce Bochy was great. A lot of good managers, but there's just some that just didn't really – I don't think I could have played for Tony La Russa because he was kind of the same way.
Could have partied with him.
What's that?
Could have partied with him.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have, though. But, I respected him as a manager. A lot of guys liked him, but I wasn't a big fan just watching him and hearing all the horror stories about it. So, but, he's a legend.
Yeah.
He did a lot of good things for the game of baseball.
What about umpires? Did you get along with some of them? Or?
Some. Very few.
Yeah.
But I hated the rest of them.
Who was your most hated?
Al Clark.
Okay.
Douche bag of all time. He was terrible. Kenny Kaiser, he was a tough son of a bitch. I got in a few altercations with him.
Did you ever try to make nice with him? Just like smooth things over, see if that
tried
worked for you?
You tried to. Tim McClellan, the guy who called my perfect game. He was terrible. Terrible umpire. Terrible.
But that day he was good.
Yeah, he had no choice. I was good too.
What about Joe West? Did you ever get in
Cowboy
with him?
Joe, he's one that kind of intimidated me because he was a big boy. Yeah, because you just do that, and he just was like, I run into Joe from time to time, and I just keep your mouth shut because you're not going to last long with Joe West. And he was a big boy.
That's the one man that you're afraid of is Joe West.
He flipped the script on you.
A little bit, but I respected him, but he just, for me, I threw strikes. So with these umpires, they changed their strike zone late in the game, and that was a strike early in the game, and then it's not. That's where I had the problem.
Right.
What do you think about robot umps?
No, I think because if you look back and you look at replay, they get it right, like high percentage of the time. They do get it right, but they do get it wrong a lot, and that's what I think replay should comes in. They do that, but to me it's as much as I hate umpires, I would say but I think it just takes the integrity away from the game.
The human element, yeah.
Yes.
What's the meanest thing you said to an ump that got you kicked out? or a story about getting kicked out of a game?
Call him a piece of shit or something like that.
That's it?
Yeah,
I
not
think you
me.
get-
I really didn't. I got kicked out of not a whole lot of games, but a few. Just just for just calling them out, showing them up, and that's one thing that they didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
What about when you were batting? When you went up to
I
bat?
hated the bat.
Did you?
Yeah, you were what,
were-
123 career? Something around
you
there?
bad
Maybe
at-
lower. Who knows?
Yeah.
Would you like make an effort going to the box, or just be like, I'm
I
going to
wouldn't say
stand
anything.
here?
If they called me on some crappy pitches, then I'd say, well, I hope I get those.
Yeah.
Well, that's the wrong thing to say because then happened to me in Miami. Sheffield hit a grand slam off me, and but before that happened, it was a situation. No, it was my first at bat, and I had pitches I threw for strikes, and that was right. And then Sheffield hits a grand slam, and then I come up, and I'm like, and then he calls a pitch like that far out, and I go, wow. I guess I threw that same pitch to Sheffield, and then should have been strike three. Instead, I got a grand slam, and I got thrown out of the game. Got thrown out, but we got rained out, so that game didn't count.
Oh, there you
So
go.
Sheffield's granny didn't, and I tell him that all the time.
That's perfect.
Hey, that's one grand slam you'll never get back,
That's
homeboy.
perfect. All right, so this has been awesome. We got a couple last questions. By the way, we are at the American Century Championship, like I said. Awesome. This is the 35th annual championship of celebrity golf, and they've raised $8 million for charity. It's an awesome event. Ton of people here. Who do you think, knowing all the golf games, who is the best golfer you've played with here that has a chance to actually win?
I mean, you look at Marty Fish. He's on fire right now. He won in Maine. I always, I love Mark Mulder. He's a stud. He's won it here a few times. He's fun to watch.
Is Smoltz playing?
Smoltz is. I talked to Smoltz yesterday, and he's playing. I go, "How you playing?" He goes, "I'm playing really well." But I put they're low because they're low odds. Try to find someone who's got better odds, and you throw a couple $100.
Yeah.
You got some good beer money. So, but yeah, those guys right there are. You want to see win, but I like watching the underdogs guys that just come from behind and, get lucky.
A lot of pitchers on
Marty
that
is
list.
just so good. He's just and he hits it so far, and he's spot on. He's just very seldom does he make a mistake out there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah. The other question I had was the trainers. You mentioned your weight. Would you ever pay off the trainers to make them change your weight?
Damn straight I did.
What would you give them?
I take care of them.
Yeah.
I
And just be like, hey, make sure you change that number a little bit.
Yeah, or I would doctor. So the old school scales that you do the bottom and then you do the top. Well, back here they had underneath they had a thing. So before I'd go weigh-ins, I would go in there when they weren't looking. And I would hit that son of a bitch, and I would put it to like 2 pounds to the T to where I get on there and they see it, and they go, okay, you're under. And then I was doing that. I would just had hit it back. Just do that.
I love that.
Oh, yeah,
that's
but-
smart. Did you ever take like the diet aspect seriously? Because I know there was an article that you weren't thrilled about in Sports Illustrated at one point that just
Well, I never did the story. So
Yeah.
So that Jeff guy, whoever they went and did the rocker,
Yeah.
he followed me around for 2 weeks, telling me to get the hell away from me. He was a douchebag. But that was a story that was blemished or whatever. But I was a big dude. The reason why I didn't care about my weight or anything, because when we had the strike in '94, really pissed me off because we had a few of them.
That's another 10, 15 wins, maybe.
Yeah, and and I went through what 3-4 strikes, and to me it was just the owners didn't care, so I didn't care. So piss on them, and it benefited me because I got better.
Yeah.
I got better, and they're like, you don't look good on the field. I don't give a shit what I look like. What is the results? Is what you want to look at, not what I look like. I don't have to look good in the lobby.
Just gotta win games.
Fat guys win too,
That's a good point.
You
Yeah.
know, I always tell them I'm fat, you're ugly, and I can diet. So have a nice day. You don't run the ball to the plate. So, but for a big guy, I still filled my position.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, that was something that I didn't care. But then, but as you get older, and I see the reasoning, as you get older, your body breaks down, and like I said, I need a knee surgery. Just had my shoulder down, but I would see my knees and my back from my weight, but not my shoulder.
Yeah. I mean, you still played 21
But I
years.
threw a lot of pitches.
Yeah, I think the longevity speaks for itself. You just had the shoulder done. Do you think you could still dial it up now though? Like how fast?
No,
could you pitch?
I couldn't break a window from 2 feet the last 12 years. I couldn't throw a ball from here to the back of the room, and now I can throw a ball to the back of the room. But I'm just not 100% still. I'm like 60, 65%. You know, I can get out there and golf and swing it, and it's fine. But, you know, throwing, to me to throw there, so like on 17 this week, I can go out there, and now I can throw a ball back. For the last, 5-6 years, I just walk down there, and I'm getting booed because I can't throw the ball back to him.
Yeah.
So now I can throw a football back to him. I can throw a baseball, whatever. And it's, to me, I'm back.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
that's big time back.
And be able to throw it 30, 40 feet, I'm back.
You're talking yourself down. Let's pencil David Wells in as a dark horse this week.
No.
Yes.
Don't do it. Please don't do
Yes.
that. Save your money.
No.
Save your money.
Come on, why not you?
Dude, there's a bunch of hookers walking down the street. They're pretty hot. Save your money. Go get a hooker.
If you win, I will get a hooker. How about that?
Well, I hope I don't win so you don't get
I'm
one.
not going to say what I'm going to do with a hooker.
You can't get it on your own, boy. There's something wrong with you.
I'll just talk to her. She'll be my therapist for an hour.
Yeah, I bet. I bet you don't last an hour. You'll be
I
a
got a lot of
three-pump chump.
problems. Yeah.
You'll be a 3-pump chump. They got
Dude,
skills.
I can last so long in bed. You don't understand.
Why do you think they're there for? Because they got mad skills.
They're professionals.
Professionals.
All right, so I had one last question. It's rowback question, rhoback.com. Awesome golf gear, Q-Zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, rowback.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Go right now. All right, so my last question.
That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
good.
that. You're a collector of some really cool memorabilia in baseball history. What's your most prized possession, or what's the one thing that you're like, this is the thing I just love looking
Well, I have a ball here, and it's Babe Ruth. I got Hank Aaron. I got Barry Bonds to sign it. I'm going to get Albert Pujols when he's here.
Wow.
700 home run club. I wish A-Rod would have got it, because then that would have been 5 guys.
Yeah.
But 4, I thought he was going to get it. It's a bummer he didn't. But to have 4 700 home run guys on a ball, it's the only one.
That's incredible.
It's the only one in existence that I know of.
Yeah, and I mean,
So,
they're not gonna make one of those.
Nope. And
Yeah.
I have another baseball that's got Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth on it.
Wow.
And those signatures are awesome on it.
Yeah.
Because when Hank Aaron says, "Are you sure you want me?" He said, "Damn straight, I want you."
That's incredible.
Because it's just cool. I have a bunch of Babe Ruth baseballs, just solo ones, and then Hank Aaron balls I have solo. But
How pissed was Joe Torre when you wore the Babe Ruth hat? Which
He's
is cool. You
so
wore the
mad.
same hat that Babe Ruth wore in Yankee Stadium to pitch the first inning.
So mad. He fined me $2,500.
Why?
Call him a tool and all that. Because he's a tool.
No, I'm saying, why was he mad? It makes no sense.
That's what I said. I said, don't be so shallow, Joe. I
Yeah.
said, if anybody would have respected it, it should have been you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're such a big baseball and a New York fan, a Yankee fan, and he did that. He just hated me.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why.
That seems like something he should have loved. That's the most respectful thing you could do with that hat. As long as you win.
If David Cohn wore it, he would have been fine.
How'd
Yeah.
you do in that inning?
I got out of it. And as soon as I take it off, I didn't get out of the 3rd inning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should
He
have kept it
jinxed
on.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Boomer, this has been awesome, man. We loved having you on. You are a legend, and appreciate it. And go win this tournament this weekend.
I'm just gonna go have fun. No expectations.
What's your goal for shooting this weekend?
for 3? Try to 15 points.
Okay.
Yeah, 15 points.
Okay.
I'll be happy with 15 points.
What does that mean?
In the good,
Okay.
not behind, not where Charles Barkley and Cable Guy and those guys are at.
Yeah.
I want to be in the positive, not the negative.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We can make that happen. You can win it.
I can. I played really well
You need
last
to believe
year.
in yourself.
Would you shoot
Trust me,
last
I
year?
believe in myself,
Yeah.
but I don't have as many rounds as these other guys do.
Maybe we get some.
So now I got full rotation.
What if we got some- what
and
if
I
we-
don't know what to do with
Listen,
it. My body's all jacked
Dude,
up.
we
and
don't have to
I'm hitting
include this in
ball
the
everywhere.
podcast, but what if we got you some steroids?
Yeah.
You said you always wish that
Let's
you'd
go.
have done them.
Yeah.
Well, I can take whatever the hell I want now.
We should get
What
him
if we
some
got some
steroids.
old Hell's Angels guys to just roll up when your competition is teeing off?
So I just go in and just scare the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, just a little rev the engine right
Well, I don't
before.
think they would scare anybody now. They're all old guys. These guys in their like
That's true.
70s, 80s now.
They're on mopeds. And yeah.
I'd have to get the younger generation.
Yeah.
They got the rascal scooters that they're driving around. Yeah.
Really into chopper punch.
Yeah, if you could read this, the bitch fell off on the back.
No, You know, it's just guys. There's guys out here that are just so good.
Yeah.
I saw Adam. I keep saying Thiessen.
Adam Thielen.
Adam
Yeah, we
Thielen,
talked to him.
yeah.
So
a
Adam
little bit ago.
Thielen, yeah, great, and he's a sleeper to win.
He wants
this.
to win too. Yeah.
And I on the 10th hole today, he hit a little iron and he hit it about 300 down the middle. I'm like, oh boy, and that well exceeds my driver. My
Yeah.
driver's like 250, 260.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
You can do it.
Well,
I
Boomer.
appreciate the
Yeah.
confidence.
Yeah. Thank
Someone's
you so
gotta believe
much,
in you.
man.
Yep,
We
you got
appreciate
it.
it.
As everyone knows, this is a Chevy truck podcast. The greatest trucks ever built, and our good friends at Chevrolet have been a big part of my take story. From the Silverado helping us dig the biggest hole ever dug in Ohio during Grit Week, to Silverado partnering with us to give college fullbacks all the rightful recognition they deserve with the Lowman Award. They also powered our nonstop cross-country trip to the Super Bowl in L.A. behind the wheel of a Chevy Silverado. Silverado has been a part of it all. We were driving around in a Chevy today, did a sick wakeboarding video that's going to come out soon using a Chevy truck to get us there, and that's sponsored by Chevy. Chevy Silverado, longtime awesome partner of the show, a truck with commanding unstoppable grit, legendary capability, and dependability too. So find out for yourself, like so many other AWLs. Go to Chevy.com, check out all the Chevy truck grit, build your own Silverado. For do-it-yourself projects, road trips, off-road adventures, tailgates, whatever your thing is, it all starts with a Chevy truck.
Okay, let's finish off with Pardon Your Take. Who's reading them?
I am.
All right. You're going to nail this.
Hey, Dad Cat, Balding PFT, Summertime Hank,
That's
Loser
me.
Max, and Jetman memes.
I'm not balding. I'm bald.
Would you rather? Don't say you can't. That's my
Yeah, there's
culture.
a lot of bald people that would be very upset about
I'm
that.
not bald yet.
Would you rather have to get a tattoo of your rival team every time they win a championship, but know your team would win one championship at some point in your lifetime, or have hope every year till getting bounced in the first round of the playoffs and have a too early championship tattoo not pan out?
I would say getting the tattoo for your rival because who's the Commander's biggest rival? The Cowboys? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm fine with that.
Well, could you do it if you could do it anywhere? Like you just, if I had a Packers tattoo on the bottom of my foot, I think you'd probably, and you get one guaranteed Super Bowl. I mean, any of these are like, hey, one guaranteed Super Bowl. I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
What would you say, Hank?
Not at this point.
You have too many.
Yeah.
You got backup championships.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you won backup championship.
I mean, if it was be New York, it's like they can't even make the playoffs. They have 12 teams of fucking state. Fuck 3-down football, but the NFL should introduce CFL pre-snap motion rules to allow receivers to take running starts. Not only would it open up the game, but it would inevitably take us one step closer to having a football savant come in with rugby-like plays that would change the game forever.
Okay, I like that.
Imagine a QB in shotgun with two backs plus tight ends and RBs on either side of him, able to run in either direction, go lateral. Madness.
Wait.
I can't imagine what he just said. I don't even understand.
Also, I think in the CFL you only can have one guy, right?
You can have one guy, and I think he gets like 5 yards.
You can't imagine it. You just can't imagine it.
No.
Have you ever watched a CFL game?
I'm trying.
Hank, you're thinking of
It's
everybody.
just watching a snap and then everyone's moving.
Yeah, I guess. I feel like that's what they kind of do. That's what they do. That's what Tyreek Hill does every fucking play.
No, but there's a guy in motion. But no, in CFL you can literally run and like run towards the line of scrimmage. So you're like full.
That's what
speed.
Tyreek Hill does every time.
Oh, he runs
Oh,
sideways.
he
You're
runs
allowed to run
sideways.
sideways, and then you bend it at the last second.
Right.
Got it.
Do you get it?
No, I'll have to watch it.
I
I'm a
think-
visual learner.
get it.
I'm a visual learner.
I like it in theory, but it's like so hard for defenses already. It's just adding another thing that would suck for them.
Yeah, you'd have to give him something.
Yeah.
Like if one defender got a knife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then
Or one
yes.
defender got to be offsides once every 4 downs.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be awesome. Remember when you do that, like in Madden, you just stand next to the kicker, to the holder.
Yeah.
And even though you'd get called offsides, you just
Actually-
fucking block the shit out of
It
it.
actually might be a good idea if you're allowed to have every receiver in motion. Then you have a snap count, and you have to snap it on 0.
Yeah.
So the linemen know exactly when the ball is going to be snapped.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone envisions themselves as a pro athlete at some point or time. So if you could choose any moment in sports history to actually live out, what would it be and why? Also go Giants, their time is coming.
I think I would want to be Jesse Owens. and just win gold medals right in Hitler's face.
I don't know. And then you come back to the U.S.
No, you didn't let me
not
finish.
really a hero?
You didn't let me finish.
Oh.
And I would kill
Of all
Hitler.
the people.
okay.
I would
Of all the people.
I would kill Hitler while I was there.
Kill Hitler.
I would like to be part of the 1980 Olympic team because then you're a legend forever. Like,
Yeah.
those guys are all.
Yeah, no one knows
pretty
Jesse
damn
Owens.
good.
Good point.
That's pretty damn good.
No, but like they didn't also have to face like insane amounts of racism and probably live tough. You know, he's a hero, but that's a tough life.
But I think we're just talking about the sporting event, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Any moment in
Bowl?
sports history to actually live out, what would it be and why?
Yeah.
Super Bowl, maybe. I'm trying to think. What would be me? I'd Joe Carter walk-off home run,
That's pretty good.
win the World Series.
But would you do the same?
That would be pretty sick.
Would you do the same like skip dance that he did afterwards?
No, definitely not. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
I would, yeah, maybe walk-off home run to win the World Series.
That'd be sick.
That would be fucking awesome. Actually, I don't want to make this guy. Well, the Joe Carter home run was against the Phillies, so I don't want to make Max happy, but Chris Jenkins hitting a 3 to win March Madness is pretty fucking sick. That's pretty sick. Like any buzzer beater, any final second to win a championship is insane.
Yep.
Linsanity. All right, we'll end with this.
Was that a dig
No, that'd be cool.
at New York sports culture?
That was a great moment.
That was basically a banner.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he captured the hearts of the world.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Fact.
Yeah.
Last one is the celebratory teammate ass slap disappearing from sports.
No,
We might have to ask some of the guys this week.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
We need to know from the players that are on the field.
We'll ask Blake and Josh.
What sport do you think has the highest amount of ass slaps? I think it's baseball.
WNBA.
Baseball for sure. Baseball for sure. Football probably second.
But yeah, football's definitely up there.
Yeah,
But
football's
baseball,
high.
that's how they shake hands.
Yeah. WNBA. Do they ass slap?
I don't know.
Why not?
What are they tit slapped?
Chest bump.
Yeah. Chest bump. Has there ever been a WNBA player who got hurt from that?
They probably don't do it.
They probably they do the side hip
Side
thing.
one, yeah.
It'd be like if we did dick bumps.
Actually, chest bumps might be gone. No one does a straight up chest to chest bump. That's not cool anymore.
I think baseball's got the most celebrations for everything. Like
Yeah,
those
that's
guys,
true.
chest bump, ass slap, handshake.
They do
Like
it all.
that's just their day-to-day lives.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Great show, boys. Let's kick it back to ourselves in studio for numbers. Okay, let's wrap up the show. Numbers
8.
20.
19.
56.
19.
Does it make you mad that I take 20, Max?
You went 19, Hank?
I'm in a
Banner
position
19?
where I'm fucked either way because if 56 or 20 show up,
Yeah,
it's
you really
bad.
shouldn't
It
have done
doesn't
that.
matter.
Have you ever gotten it, Max?
3.
No,
Shane?
I've also accepted I'm just never going to get it, so
Yeah.
it's whatever.
Oh, okay.
Shit, now that makes me think he's going to get it.
Shane, what are you wearing?
Chargers crew neck.
Oh, have you made a decision?
I have made a decision.
And
I just want to clarify: is it just the Chargers team store, or it can be just like
we can find other stuff.
I'm in?
Okay, let's go. So we'll sit down, you and I. We could maybe do a PMTV,
Okay.
and we'll just go on a fucking shopping spree.
Yeah.
And then everything you buy, you have to wear at least one of those pieces of clothing on any first date.
And do I have to like post these pictures anywhere, or
I would like them for my personal files.
just text it to you?
Yeah, you can. Then
Shane.
we'll post it.
Word of advice, you got to get something with Taz on it.
Yeah.
Taz as a Charger would be awesome.
Taz or Tweety Bird.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down. I mean, you're helping me out, so.
Okay.
And
Am I?
Yeah. You just said we're gonna sit down and do it. You're gonna help me like pick stuff out.
Yeah, I know, but you still have to go on every first date wearing a Chargers something.
Wait,
It's,
do you think
it's not like I haven't done that before.
do you think that Big Hat's gonna be like your stylist here? The way he said that, he's like, "You're gonna help me out. We're
Yeah.
gonna sit down and we're gonna."
We're literally just
figure-"
gonna. You'd be like, I want this shirt. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Big Cat wears some nice stuff sometimes.
Oh,
I'm always
thank
up
you.
for
Thank you.
some
What about
advice.
what
Fan
about
of black shirts?
what about? Hold on, let me see. All right, Hank. Oh, Hank.
He wears a
Hank,
flannel.
Literally, you just have been wearing Barstool store stuff every day.
Druth.
The Druth.
Chargers.
Hank just wears championship
Barstool Store
merchandise
stuff
every
is
day.
great
It's the
though.
best
Yeah,
part about
Barstool
winning.
Store stuff is
Best
the
part about
best.
winning a championship.
New Coors Light Mountains Are Blue merch.
Love
Yes.
Fantastic.
Shane,
Yes.
I have just found an incredible Chargers fedora that you could
Okay.
wear to one of these dates.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I mean, you said I get to choose. I'm not going fedora on it.
Why wouldn't you go fedora?
I can't go fedora
Class
on
it
the
up.
first
What if
date.
you go to like a jazz club?
It wouldn't happen.
What about Chargers pants?
Yeah.
I'd wear.
What about a Boltman costume? The full Boltman.
I mean, we're just moving the goalposts here. This is.
Well, you
Chargers
had to
gear is
expect that to
Chargers
happen.
You said
You agreed to the deal. Now you're in my hands, buddy.
you said wear one Chargers thing. Now it's a full bolt, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, we're gonna get crazy.
What would be the biggest red flag for Shane to show up like a jersey that a guy shows up for a first date for on the Chargers? I would think maybe Sean Merriman.
I don't know if that's a. I mean, maybe a little.
If you're wearing a lights out jersey to a first date,
What about Junior Seau and you only talk about Junior Seau's suicide the whole time?
that shirt I wore out the other night was a Junior Seau shirt. Had his
it
number on the
was.
back.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Oh, that's not as cool of a shirt I thought then.
I mean, that's disrespectful.
It was a cool shirt.
Was it?
It was a cool shirt. And also,
Jersey?
Hank said the other day that I was a double XL. I just want to clarify
Triple.
in case the Chargers do send something. I'm just an XL.
Triple.
It was mean.
Double XL. Okay. Number same again real quick. 20.
19.
56.
21.
72.
love you guys.